We went through the dungeon, clearing it room by room, killing everything we found, and looting the place of everything that looked even remotely valuable. The doors were noted as being especially not valuable, and so we did not take them this time. In the end, we fought a tuning fork that was made apparently of liquid molten living star metal, which can be used to enchant things. And we ended the session by discussing putting it into the hull of our warship so that we might have a flying warship.
Slight addendum. The star metal was not liquid, that was the mercury. But yes.
Yes, that's right. It's an amalgam of iron, mercury, and star metal.
Yes, there we go.
And I think we had just taken a long rest.
I do believe so.
Like, I have all my resources, so I think we did.
Indeed. You have completed a long rest, during which several of your watches were behind a wall of stone that Loam had produced while he engaged in some kind of process that involved quite large flashes of bright light. But none of you went, blind from sudden bright flashes, so you're all good. But yeah, you guys wake up here at camp, start of a new day. You can see the sun rising on the eastern horizon, and you can see Loam has gathered up a looks like a rather motley group of hobgoblin corpses stuffed with lumps of clay in their chest cavity.
Well, that sounds fun.
To each their own. I suppose after we have our breakfast and memorize all of our stuff, I'll go over to Lom and say, well, we're going to break camp and start heading for the central city to stop Ruffles' brother. Castile, yes. Castile from causing another apocalypse in the area. Best of luck to you in your endeavors.
You as well, Intervin. Best of luck.
And then I leave.
All right. You guys head back down the slope to your cart. I should say it's not a slope, it's an escarpment. You guys head back down the escarpment to your cart. I guess all that's left is to go east.
And thus we go east.
And travel.
Thus we go east.
Go east.
Let's see. Are you guys trying to get there as quickly as possible, or you guys being leisurely about this?
I mean, I'm assuming some haste is probably a good idea.
Yeah, we're not exactly leisurely tourists heading, down I-9 doing some antiquing. We're trying to make all good speed towards there, but we're not being reckless. We're not, going like, full out gallop along the tiny little precipice where one little fuck up sends us careening over the edge. That's just silly.
Yeah.
It's not much of a precipice. It's more of a saucer, a disc, indentation, or other synonyms for depression that you refuse to use.
The point is, we head with urgency, but an urgent but prudent pace.
Urgent, not reckless.
Okay, so you're not going at the increased walking distance speed. Do I have that right?
If going that fast would put us in danger of wrecking the cart and getting stuck, no, we do not go that fast.
It, no, from what you've seen of the depression, there's not a lot of stuff that's going to wreck your cart, unless you like make it start flipping end over end down a cliff, or I should say,
Well, then we go the
down
fast
the
speed.
slope. All right. All right, the faster speed of overland travel. Alrighty, you guys do your traveling, moving at a good pace across the depression of black glass. As the sun reaches its apex in the sky, it's becoming rather hot out here. Kind of burns your feet to walk upon. The sun begins to set at the end of the day. You guys have made a good distance. And the adventuring day comes to a close. Are you guys gonna go for a forced march?
No,
All right.
that
How
way
do you
lies
guys feel-
madness.
How do you guys feel about watch orders?
Well, be I mean the champion first. And then do we have everybody for the normal watch order? Do we have the two? I know we have one elf, but do we have the second elf?
Well, I'm here, so I can take third and fourth watches.
Well, now everybody speak up for number 2 then.
Yeah, someone needs to volunteer for a second watch.
I'll take it.
All right, so there we go.
All right. You guys go about your watch. Nothing happens that night. You complete your long rest.
Rested.
How many more days of travel would? I mean, we kind of know where we're going. How many days of travel ahead of us are still ahead of us?
Sorry about that.
About 4 hours.
Okay. So I'm going to use a scroll ascending. To Castile, saying, hey, we have reliable information that the Lake of Sacrifice and Ascension is a trap, and it will cause apocalyptic results no matter what you do. Recommend do not use.
You receive no response.
Yeah, I tried. Onward then.
All right. You guys
We shall continue the
proceed
journey.
onward. Continuing your journey. About 4 hours later, the time approaching noon, you make it to the ruins at the center of the depression of black glass. The giant city of. Here it is. The giant city of Io. You can see its once mighty walls lay shattered around the city, and its cyclopean structures sagging, their surfaces running like molten wax. The sun blindingly reflecting off the curved surfaces of this city. You guys heading in?
I mean, I don't see why not.
In the area like that would be like the obvious gatehouse. Can I get out and inspect and see if there's any evidence of people having come this way before? Like
Sure.
recently?
Give me an investigation check. No, you don't see any clear indicators of travel through here.
So shall we go in there and intervene?
Yeah. Yeah, we should head to. I believe Loam told us like the temple and stuff where the entrance is located.
Well, let's go there then.
Alrighty.
Yeah, there's concealed stairs in the temple complex, so we should head for that.
Yep, to the temple.
As you step through the gatehouse, you can see the city proper ahead of you. Its wide thoroughfares, twisted, bubbling, and sagging into divots, creating a rather distorted parody of urban planning.
So this is what that advisor warned about in SimCity.
Mm.
And you can see the petrified forms of giants protruding from the surfaces of buildings and the ground of your feet, uh, grasping at the air around them, caught in what looks to have been their dying moments. Bodies kind of half submerged in the ground or partially fused with the buildings.
Mm. So these guys saw the blast coming, maybe.
Alrighty. Do me a favor though, as you guys are trying to find your way to the main temple, who's taking the lead?
I am taking the lead.
Wonder, is that from one of the Sims games?
Yeah, it's SimCity.
Yeah, the original SimCity.
Yeah, I thought that's what that was from. It looked familiar.
Who's taking point?
I'm taking point.
Oh man. Okay. Give me a survival check
One survival check coming
as you
right
kind of
on.
try to navigate these malformed city avenues. All right. You follow the main thoroughfare until you run into an archway that has melted, sagged, and blocked the road,
Huh.
along with a giant that's partly infused in the arch. And hook a left. Kind of follow around this maze of melted corridors, and you're lost.
Yeah. This city's whack, yo.
Well, that's no good. I'm decent with maps. Can I try to prevent us from getting lost?
With what map are you going to prevent you guys from getting lost once you're lost?
Well, no, by mapping the area from what I see.
Oh, okay.
To make sure we don't go in circles.
Yeah. Do you have what is it? Cartographer's tools?
Let me check. I think I do. I think someone gave them to me. I have navigator's tools.
Varric's the cartographer.
Well, you know, I could always ask Dax to fly up and take a look and help guide us.
I would like to be able to do this. That's what those tools are for.
You got the tools, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Give me a survival check with the tool.
See here. No, well.
All right. So you start mapping out this area, but the problem you keep running into is that with the buildings melted the way they are, and the constant refracting light hitting you in the eyes, it is disorientating and maddening trying to keep where you are straight in this region.
All right. Well, I tried.
Well, let's just keep rambling about. We'll find the temple eventually.
The party makes it to the temple after taking the literal longest route physically possible without reusing any of the same roads.
Hey, look, that just means we're being thorough in checking out the city. Yes,
Yeah,
the
you
opium
guys
is at
have
max.
you guys at this point have killed 2 hours. Who wants to try leading now? Wait, Pete, you included your proficiency bonus, right?
That was with my proficiency bonus. If not, it would be a -2.
Oh, okay.
If I didn't have to use my wisdom, it would be a 4. Also, apparently navigator's tools are for the ocean. I'm going to change this to cartographer's tools because that's what I meant to take.
A cartographer is map making, navigation is map reading.
Alrighty. Well, who would like to try this hour to navigate the party?
Well, does
Could be
anybody else?
Varric.
Anybody have more than a +4?
No.
You're proficient with cartographer's tools, and you're a whiz character, you know?
What? What are we doing? Survival?
Yes.
I have a +5,
Oh, well then, yeah, you should be leading.
but I don't have proficiency in it.
Doesn't matter. You have +5.
Oh, okay. I'm leading. The peaceful cleric is leading. Fine.
Man, when a person is the smartest guy in the room, but he doesn't have a degree in what people are asking about, so he just never comments, despite knowing the most.
Intelligence is knowing when to say nothing.
I mean, you didn't ask, you know? I mean, he is a cleric, so you would assume that whiz-based skills are his bread and butter.
Man, you'd think, but the Jehovah's Witness clerics keep talking despite me not asking.
I know, right?
See, there we go.
Indeed. Father Varric, you are able to right the party's position, figuring out where you are in the city and manage to navigate the party to the center. Congratulations. This entire time, the city has been completely empty, save for your own presence.
I looked dejectedly at the party. Okay, who let the farmer lead?
The farmer's been leading ever since the farmer joined.
The farmer doesn't need to lead. He's got
The farmer's been making your survival check the
Since-
entire time.
Yeah, where have you been?
You never ask.
So you don't get to complain.
Mister, they have asked.
That
Alright,
too.
Alright. But yeah, you guys crest a half melted building, and you can see dead ahead of you.
Father Eric is a peaceful man. He is just walking along. He is aimless. He doesn't
Walking along the wrong way, knowing
he
that he's
doesn't
going the
care
wrong
about
way,
directions.
and knowing which way the right way is, but not saying where.
Father Varric apparently knowing the right way, but yeah, going along with the party despite them going the wrong way, leads them to the base of the temple plateau. Well, not really plateau, more of a raised structure. You can see on top of this mound the, well, glassed remains of a temple's boundaries. And as you ascend the staircase, you can see that the temple's main courtyard has been reduced to a glassy crater. A large golden idol of a gigantic humanoid ox is split from head to foot, its features deformed by gold having run down its surface and pooled around its base like molten wax.
Or molten gold.
Before the smote idol, you can see an exposed stairway leading into the vitrified soil of the earth.
Well, I guess I'm going first.
Hold on, let me do a detect magic ritual first.
Okay.
$10. I'm gonna keep kidnapping him back in here, so maybe he'll eventually hear us that he's napping. Yeah, 10 minutes pass, and your spell goes off. The very air you're breathing is suffused with magic. The ground is, the statue is, everything here is pinging with magic.
Well, that's not good.
Hey guys, looks like there's like a magical Chernobyl that happened here, so be careful. Watch out for graphite.
What's a Chernobyl?
We seem to be nearing the epicenter. Or perhaps we're at it. I don't know.
Ah, yes, yeah. The peasants have forgotten the name Chernobog and have renamed it Chernobyl,
Chernobyl.
the bald mountain demon of radiation.
Hey, there's Pork Chop is gonna rack his brain for any historical knowledge he might have relating to this city of giants, whatever giant civilization it belonged to. See if he knows anything useful about them.
All right, give me a history check.
Would anybody like to provide me with assistance or guidance or something like that?
I cannot.
Alrighty then. Oh, well, I didn't.
Doesn't matter. You knew that
I
shit.
say I'm not proficient in history, so
I know everything about this.
Yep. Yeah. So the giant city of Io was their capital. At one point, home to several hundred giants, perhaps over 1,000, along with their smaller sized humanoid servitors, or slaves, I should say. Uh, Towards the later end of their civilization's existence, roughly concurrent with the period of strife that was plaguing the kind of plains and river valley region that you're from, back down south, and concurrent with the rise of the god king Akhed Ur, the giant civilization had become increasingly decadent with its rituals and religious behavior varying from their more typical sun and moon worship, along with some of the nature spirits, to increasingly more profane deities and interpretations of their gods.
Yes, they seem to have been worshiping this golden cow over here. I'm sure that has nothing to do with them being smoked.
Totally not at all.
And actually, with that level of check, there is one other thing.
Mm-hmm. Does it tell me anything about the magic?
No, it tells you about the idol.
Uh,
This is a local variation of a fiend worshipped on occasion by some individuals and tribes of less than stellar reputation. Moloch.
Moloch. Well, this is a pretty opulent statue. It seems to have been big here. Eh, and that's saying something.
Ha, 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 ha.
Yeah. Well, anyway, these towards the end of its life, this giant civilization appears to have turned to fiend worship.
Well,
Well,
where'd that come?
yeah, I'll explain a bit.
Hmm. It's a shame that whoever got rid of them had to resort to this. Seems like it had a lot of what's it? Fucking killing people you don't mean to kill. You know what I'm talking about.
Collateral?
Collateral
What's
damage.
that?
Thank you.
Pork chop. You would also know who smote this land.
Oh, that was the God King, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I already remember that. Well, it's a shame he had to use such a large AOE.
Oh, don't worship fiends.
Well, you could have just petrified the city. You didn't need to go so big.
Go big or go home with giants.
Yeah, I think he was just showing off, to be honest. That would have been big enough.
It's possible that if he was worshipping fiends, that the land itself was tainted and had to be cleansed.
Eh, that's a charitable interpretation, but yeah, it's possible. Well, that's what I know about this place.
Great. Let's head down.
All right, into the deep dark hole.
All right. And so you begin your descent. One moment. All right. You guys start down the steps, footsteps echoing, and you go down and down and down these, just a straight stairwell right into the earth. After about 200 feet, the stairs end. Large chamber, which your light sources do not fully illuminate. You cannot see
Annoying.
the edges of it.
Well, I've got the light cantrip going because I don't have dark vision. But
You
that
wanna
only gets me 40.
do some range finding?
Could do that.
All right. I'll start pelting off crossbow bolts in different directions as he lights them up.
All right, you start sending these crossbow bolts out. The chamber itself looks to be about 200 feet by 250 feet. So longer than it is wide. As the crossbow bolts go soaring by, you do spot something at the edge of your vision. There is a large granite statue at the far end of the chamber, to one side of a colossal pair of golden doors.
Ooh, shiny.
All right. After sweeping the room, I'll send the last arrow over there, and
Now I'll start making my way towards the shiny doors.
I'll arrow and using the arrow to guide us, kind of.
All right, you guys proceed over as you get closer, and your light begins to illuminate the area. On your right, you can actually see a second statue. This one lying prone on the ground, partially broken. Its limbs more freely articulated than the monoposed statue to the left. But let's see. One second. I'm trying to get my images ready if needed. But yeah. You guys, how close do you want to get to the door?
I'll get right up to it.
Yeah, we'll just go all the way.
All right. You approach the door.
And then I'd like to check to see if it's like locked.
All right. You go to touch it.
Uh-huh.
And as you touch it, light bursts into the room. A series of what look like crystals on the ceiling, shining light into the chamber. And you can see kind of purplish arcane energy begin to crackle around the prone statue and the standing one. And who here understands giant?
Yo,
Not I.
I do.
All right.
I do.
Yeah, but you don't pay attention, so it's okay.
All right. And you hear both statues in unison speak. These doors are forbidden. Turn back or perish. You shall not cross the threshold.
What'd they say?
They said doors bad, don't go in.
Well, it just
They also
means
said
that we
you
have to
shall
go in.
not. And they also said you shall not cross the threshold. So, I'm guessing they will not like that idea.
But yeah, you guys got a good view of these giants. They look to be gargantuan metal and stone suits of armor, of which is inscribed with giant runes of arcane significance.
Can I examine them to get more details on that arcane significance?
Sure, give me your Arcana check. So, in addition to each one of these giants being inscribed a rune for different giant types in the ordning, their arrangement, along with some of the other smaller runes, indicates that these giants are, well, I shouldn't say these giants, but these statues are able to wield rather tremendous amounts of arcane energy. Fighting them is likely going to be a deeply unpleasant experience.
Well, then I guess I'll address them in giant and ask if they can speak to see if they have the ability to respond. You know, is it a recording or is it actually a thing that can think?
Ah, I see. What do you say to him?
I just asked if it can speak. Can you speak?
It does not respond.
Well, I'm gonna go in these doors then over here. Unless you have something to say that I, need to know about not going in these doors over here.
Are you touching the door?
No, just speaking.
Okay. Oh, Faradol, is your hand still on the door?
No.
Okay.
I took that away when the purple arcane energy started flickering. I'm like, not until told otherwise. Nah.
Still
Detect
seems like they
magic,
don't
is there
interact.
anything that stands out for these guys?
Nope.
Interesting.
So they're not magical, except for the background stuff.
Correct.
All right, hey, anyone got like a cold working chisel from a Smith's tools?
Uh,
Let me see. Do I
We're
have the
roughly.
Smith's tools on me? I do.
Great. The statues aren't especially magical. You can probably just scuff up all the runes and disable them.
Hmm. Uh, Something tells me I wouldn't want to do that.
Nah, that'd be fine.
Well, I think these statues might attack if we do anything hostile towards them, and I imagine trying to scuff up their gear would be included under that.
They said we shouldn't go through the doors. They said nothing about fucking with the statues.
Well, I gathered
Well-
based on that the statues themselves might attack us. I don't know if that was anybody else's interpretation.
No.
You don't think
Wouldn't an
so?
iron golem ping on detect magic?
Oh, that's true. They weren't magical.
No.
Not technically.
Not
Hmm.
technically, no. Because at that, well, it is magically animated. At that point, the spell for it is kind of cast, and it's a creature now.
Yeah,
That-
using my
Otherwise, like
knowledge of
zombies would be pinging on detect magic.
using my
Yeah,
knowledge
that
of
would be
the
broken.
arcane and of history, do I think there's any way that these could be like a creature or some kind of defensive mechanism if they're not pinging on detect magic?
What was the first part of that before defensive mechanism?
If they could be a creature somehow,
Yeah, give me an Arcana or a History check.
that would be the same. Well,
Jesus.
I guess I'm smart today.
Good lord.
Nat 20, Nat 20.
Wait, that's 3 in a row. We're going to
Yeah.
jail.
That's 3 in a
Let me
row.
screenshot that.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me fix it. There we go. Don't fucking post minion gifs in here, mister.
All right. Now that we're done reveling at the beauty of 3 nat 20s in a row,
No, just wait till the fourth nat 20.
so you know that these are a very potent giant construct called a runic colossus. Both statues are.
I'm not liking where this is going.
These constructs were made way back in the day, like before even some of the older humanoid civilizations were young.
Right.
And they were made to wage a genocidal war against the dragons that populate the world.
Okay, so dragons.
They were
are evil.
very successful.
Cool.
Okay, so this thing is 100% a weapon that can attack people.
There are 2 of them. One of them is prone, one of them is not.
Okay, now, so if they're not pinging on detect magic and they're not creatures, that means these things are automata of some kind. Animated not by magic, but by physical mechanisms, yeah?
No, what I mean is, like, detect magic isn't going to inherently detect a creature if the creature is magical. Like, you need a specific spell to detect that way.
Okay, so based on what I know about these, I think these are actually creatures and they're just dormant.
Yes, these are constructs, yeah.
Yeah, so I was right, all of you were wrong. These things will absolutely attack us if we try to fuck with them or go through that door.
I never said
And
you were
also-
wrong. I said it would be fine.
Well, no, you were wrong about that too, because apparently
How
these
is it
things
going to
will
be
go
fine?
fight
They're
fucking
probably
dragons.
resistant to physical attacks and non-magical damage, and so yeah, we'll wind up running away like we did the last time.
Hey, if you want to fight them by yourself, you're free
I
to.
do not.
How big are they relative to the entrance to the stairs we came down?
Let's see. That stairwell would be a huge stairwell. These are gargantuan creatures.
Okay, so they could squeeze.
Well, I have a crazy idea, but it probably won't work. Do you want me to try it?
Tell me what it is first.
I'm going to pretend I have a lot more authority than I should. And they'll either acquiesce or attack.
Is this the kind of authority you can exert while I'm not here?
Yeah, I could do this alone.
You need me to translate?
No, I won't need you to translate for this.
All
It's
right,
not
then I
that
guess
type
we,
of communication.
Yeah, what I recommend is we all like wait upstairs, and if this goes pear-shaped, he can just like book it.
Helmet
and,
teleportation,
run
yeah.
over.
Yeah, like I'll probably be fine.
Okay.
Okay, this should be interesting.
Tell you what, I'll be like looking around the corner from the stairs, just to see what happens. So I'm too curious.
Yeah, I'll be as high up on the stairs as I can see.
Yeah.
Okay. So everyone backs off. I'm alone in front of these statues.
And by back up, everyone is backing up 250 feet out of the chamber onto the stairwell.
Yes.
But the light's over by me, so they should still be able to see me.
Yep.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Well, does anybody but me speak Draconic?
Nope. Don't speak that.
I speak Draconic.
Would they be able to understand what I'm saying from that far away?
Considering my passive perception is 25 and it's a big square room.
Yeah,
I'd be
the
able to get
acoustics are
bits and pieces,
fucky.
Probably. I'd get bits and pieces, but I probably wouldn't be able to make a sentence out of what you say.
It would be, yeah, you'd be getting some rather fucky information. Was that a B or an F sound?
Okay.
Was that a P or a B sound?
So you guys would all see me, as you have retreated, pull out a scroll of parchment and open it, displaying it to the so like the business end is facing the statues in the door, so the party guest can't see it, and you'd hear me say in Draconic that by the order of His Most Holy Inquisition, I am taking command of this facility. Stand aside and stand down.
What's on the piece of paper?
I'll DM it to you since they can't see it. You'll laugh.
All right. So, you tell these colossi to stand aside.
Yes.
With the sound of stone upon stone, their joints begin to move, the prone one raising itself from the ground, and both assuming combat stances. As each one levels its hand at you.
Okay. I cast Wall of Force.
Alrighty.
Making 10 by 10 panels to make a closed tunnel from me to the door, and then I walk over to the door and open it.
Let's get that initial rolled. Hold on. Everybody roll an ish.
We need a niche to eat popcorn?
Pork chop, you fucked up. That should have been an at 20.
Sorry.
Well, I
was
should have rolled
disappointed, too.
first.
Well, as long as we're talking about doing things we didn't do, I should have rolled a nat 20 instead of a 6.
Oh, guys, I guess it didn't work.
I mean, unless they're going to wave at you.
You see the image of them shooting a fucking laser beam out of their leveled hand, right?
It's very intense waving.
Well, no, that's the sign of supplication. They are surrendering to me.
They're shooting the beam of friendship at you. If they were upset, they would be shooting the beam of war at you.
I do believe it's everyone that rolled.
All right, Rourke, you are 230 feet away from the front surface of either one of these statues.
Okay. And they look like
Colossus,
they're
I
being
should
a
say.
bit angry at Intervin.
Indeed. They have leveled their glowing magical hands at him.
I mean, you would have heard me through our telepathic link. I would have been like, well, nuts.
And then we well, I guess I'll take a crossbow shot. The one that looks like he's got his aim on a little faster.
The one that was standing.
Yeah. So 200. So aim. I'm guessing that doesn't hit.
A 16 does not hit.
All right, that's it for me.
DM1. Intervin. The runic colossus levels its hand at you. As a crackling beam of magical force bursts from its hand. I need a dexterity saving throw from you.
Okay.
That does not pass.
Well, that's not bad for me.
It's not bad. Okay. Alrighty. Alright, so that failed.
Yep.
71 points of force damage.
All right, I'm bloodied.
Cheapers, you're beefy.
I have a 16 con.
Alrighty. Well, it just blasted you with the beam. That's its turn. Faradul. You can see this massive blast of arcane energy hit Intervin. He looks bloodied.
Well,
By bloodied, I mean I have 1 hit point left.
well, yeah. The thing is, though, that we discussed that you were going to teleport out. So
Yes.
I'm not going to run only to get blasted myself. So I'm just
Are we
gonna stay
fighting?
put.
You're in the stairwell. Faradul. You're like
Yeah.
230 feet away.
Yeah. So why would I try to run 80 feet to make myself a target?
I was thinking you meant retreat.
No. I'm just staying put.
Alrighty. Intervin.
Varric.
Varric.
I'm still around the corner away from all of that, right?
Yes, you're 235 feet away from the closest Colossus.
Okay. Where is and I'm assuming that Intervin is closer than that, right? To the Colossus.
Yeah, I was like 20 feet from the doors, like right in front of these guys.
I'm gonna pray a small prayer for Intervin and hope he gets to the staircase because I am definitely not going into that room. What is Intraman's distance from me, actually, Gilbert? Real.
230 feet.
Oh, Intraven is 230 feet from me as well?
Yeah.
Um, um, then I'm going to do absolutely nothing because I am not going out there. I will wait till they get closer. And if they kill Intraven, it's okay. We can always bring you back. I'm done.
Okay. Intervene.
Okay, so I'm like 20 feet from these doors, right?
Yep.
I'll walk up and see if I can just open the doors. Like just using an item interaction, just pushing on them or pulling on them if there's a handle. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You start pushing on these immense gold doors.
Mhm.
They slowly begin to move. They're open enough that you think a person could slip through.
I slip through. What do I see?
Inside of this chamber, on the other side of the doors, you see what's the best way to describe this to you? A large, long chamber filled with, I guess the best way to describe it would be row upon row of shelving. Except rather than having scrolls on them, you can see that they are inscribed with will look to be embossed carvings.
Okay. Anything moving or looks threatening, like more statues or golems or creatures or whatnot?
Nope.
Okay. So I kind of like pushed up with my item interaction, slipped in. I still have like 10 feet of movement left. Can I just throw myself back on the door to push it back shut?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I'm then going to cast Wall of Force on this side of the door, creating an impenetrable physical barrier on this side of the door so that the golems can't push it open from their side.
Alrighty.
And then I think I'm going to go exploring, because there's no threat in here.
Local man goes completely insane.
Locked out your bosses in the boss room.
I left the I just did a Dark Souls bypass.
Yeah, the door wasn't locked.
Fucking use the iframes for pushing the door open to not get killed.
No, he dealt with them the way you deal with Asylum Demon. Just leave. Yeah, I can't handle this right now. Oh, and the door closes behind me.
And I seal it because I'm assuming that the door is made of material that they can't just like blow up. So I've got the door's defense plus my defense that stops the door from opening. My defenses are protected by the door's defenses.
Indeed. Those of you outside in the stairwell, the light's gone now because he took the light with him.
Wait, no, I didn't. I would have left it on the ground there.
You left it.
I have dark vision. I would have just left it there.
All right. Well, the
I
light
have
sitting
the
on the
light
floor.
cantrip on me.
You can see that Interven got blasted, looked absolutely awful, walked through the doors and shut them behind him.
The mad lad.
Anything the champ's doing?
He's just kind of staring and all too. It's like, all right, well, that wasn't part of the plan, but that works.
Isha?
You would probably just see Isha with like her head in her hands, face palming.
Pork chop?
Well, I was leaning out the door, so I'm gonna back up my full 60 up those stairs. Cause I want nothing to do with that.
I should be clear, Isha is in Amtara retreating with the party.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I didn't hear anybody else doing it, so I just want to make sure that we're doing that.
Well,
we're on this side of
Isha, Pork Chop, and Amtar are. No one else is.
I'm retreating too.
You didn't say that on your turn, so alrighty. DM2 looks around. Rourke.
I'll hold here, but I'll hide, but still keep observation on their position.
All right. In that case, then, this other Colossus is going to begin, scanning the room. Are any of you guys planning on engaging these?
Oh,
Okay. This will be a moment then. I need to switch over from combat stuff to what's in the other room. Bear with me a moment while I get all that ready.
Sure.
You're all good.
damn it, Intervin! You skipped the loading zone.
So, if it would matter on my turn, like the next 3 turns for me would be drinking 2 potions of healing and then casting See Invisibility from a scroll.
Do you not? You should have a greater healing. I thought I gave you one.
Checking.
Because I had 3. I have 1 in the cart and I have 1 in my inventory, so there's 1 floating right now. Not including what Father Varric has. That's a separate inventory that I tracked.
Oh, yes, I put it in the bag of holding, that's why.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say because that would probably be a little bit better health.
Okay. So, 4 rounds, if it matters, Gilbert. Potion of Greater Healing, See Invisibility, 2 potions of healing. But we'll wait for him to be ready before we do that, just in case timing's an issue.
Well, they said he's switching out of combat, so you probably don't have an immediate threat.
Right.
Maybe traps.
Or it's just something timed.
You hear this ticking noise when you close the door.
I can't believe you pulled that off. I thought for sure you was going to be scooshed.
1
Okay.
HP away from squished.
Yeah. Alrighty. Man, I was not expecting tonight to go like this.
What? We're gonna pull something stupid off?
Look, trying to plan for the bullshit underpulls out of his backside is an effort and futility.
Look, our left flank was falling away, our right flank was falling away. Obviously, I attack.
See, this is Intervin, but there is no plan.
Yeah, that's about right.
Look, had the Inquisition roll went correctly, had that worked, it would have been great, and it would have been a lot easier. So we gotta do this the hard way now.
Also less painful.
Yeah. I want to be clear, I had never had any intention of fighting these guys.
Alrighty. Intervene.
Yes.
Ahead of you in the dark chamber are a series of effectively like divider walls, each one about 15 to 20 feet in height. You can see that upon these divides, all spaced around like you'd typically see scroll shelving or book shelving in a scriptorum. And you can see upon each one of these walls is, as you're looking more closely, won't be really pictograms, but what you would know to be visual kind of art motifs for prophecies. You can see characters in various stock poses engaging in different acts of narrative and mythic purpose. You can see one of them, as you're looking at it, is a giant depicted wielding an axe on a ship. This boat then sails through a series of fields before, at the end of it, being slain by a pile of vegetables. It's a rather odd one.
VeggieTales reference?
And each one of these tracks depicts a different story by the looks of it.
All weirdly apocryphal and involving various food groups.
No, not all involving various food groups, but each one looks like they're depicting like a different story.
Okay. So first off, I'm going to drink that potion of greater healing.
Hey, how's it going?
Great. I have 19 hit points.
Did we just finish the battle or something?
We
Yes.
just finished what could have been a battle.
He did.
In a method.
I don't know if I would say finished, but
We couldn't evade it, so I went through.
Also,
Hey.
Gilbert,
we're on the
I'm
way out.
I'm turning the active camo on when I'm sitting here spectating.
So, I use the bond we have to let everybody know that I'm all right. Other side looks safe. I'm going to need a few minutes to prep some stuff, and I should be able to start ferrying people in here. Got a like telepathic bond. Anyway, and then if nothing immediately happens, Gilbert, I'm going to cast from a scroll, see invisibility. That lasts just an hour, no concentration. Does anything change when I cast that?
Yes. Yeah. You can see actually about 2 feet from your head, looking right at you, a scry sensor.
Okay. Does it look like it was like it's a permanent fixture here, or like someone cast the scrying spell on me?
Permanent fixture.
Okay. But that's all I see different?
No. It is the part I figured you'd react most to. The second part is that there are now other details revealed on the tract in front of you. That one that depicted a giant being like conquering farmland on a boat and then being killed by piles of fruit and vegetables. There are now is now a second layer of images to it. In this particular case, you can now see that all of there is now bits of script, and that the fruit and vegetable, in this case, each carry a symbol on them, effectively comparable to the giant equivalent of first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Well, I should rephrase that. First of first, first of second, second of second, that type of stuff.
7 of 9. Got it.
7 of 9.
Down, boy. Don't make me get the spray bottle.
All right. Anything else different?
And the giant's name is... Where the fuck did I put his name?
Big guy McGiant's name.
Here it is. Here it is. Is Dagar. Dagar. Dagar the Fertile.
Fertile. Down, boy.
Okay. Anything else different?
Nope. But you can see that this kind of second layer of symbol and imagery has appeared on all the tracks that you're able to see.
Ah, and they're all of Dagar the Fertile?
No, they all appear to be of different giants.
How good of a depiction are these?
They're more caricature in that they fixate on particular elements of a character. So if say one of them was known for having the biggest, coolest beard, the beard is drawn in an exaggerated fashion upon a stock figure, is how the giants typically do this kind of drawing.
Okay, and I'm sorry, how many tracks are there?
A lot. Over 100.
I see.
You can
Okay.
see.
All right. Well, I'm going to start moving forward, just kind of perusing the scenes to see if I recognize any of the characters in them. From my knowledge of history. While I'm doing that, I'm trying to get away from the doors that I've sealed. And I'm drinking 2 more regular potions of healing.
Alrighty. So we'll make this a history skill check.
Okay. Can I just roll the health for the potions of healing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm still bloodied, but not as badly. Okay, and then history, you said. Skill challenge.
Yep.
Do I need to continue?
Nope. So you recognize a few giants on here, such as Feziar, Alcerus, and Zosog. Each one of these are old giant. Like, you would have been a young elf when some of these giants were walking the world.
What do I know them from?
In the case of Fezier, he was a world traveling reaver and battler of not giants, of dragons.
So stories. I know these people from stories.
Yep.
Okay. History stories, I should say.
Yep.
Interesting.
Each one of these tracks, for example, as you look at Feziar, In his case, it looks like this is a prophetic tract because it predicts his demise at the hands of a black dragon by the name of Chosius.
Right. As I go up and down up these tracks, I'm not going back down, but as I walk up these tracks, do any of them stand out to me as loam?
Three investigation checks.
Oh boy. Oh, Jesus Christ. What is it with fucking Loam? Whenever he gets involved, my rolls just go to shit.
Wow.
Damn, man.
Oh my god, this is amazing. You can't persuade the man, you can't incite the man, you can't fucking look up his background. It's
Right? Every time he's involved, my rolls go to shit.
You should have brought pork chop.
Yeah, well, he'll have to talk to me through. I was gonna say Intervin through Rourke.
What do you mean? It's an 8-way bond. We can all talk.
Oh,
We
it's
basically
8-way? I thought it
we have
was
like a
only
telepathic tack net.
Well, if you can describe them to me, I can try to find out or try to remember who or what they're about.
No, I'm gonna be more concentrating on getting you guys physically in here first.
Okay, if that's your focus, that's your focus.
Yeah, it is my focus. This is just sort of like as I'm walking towards the end of this room, because I want to be away from those walls when the force wall duration ends.
Right.
By the way, is that scrying sensor following me?
No.
Ah, excellent.
It just watches the door.
Mm-hmm.
You go searching through here, and well, you do occasionally find like a figure that kind of bears a passing resemblance to Loam. You don't really find anything that would really be indicative of him. The passing resemblance is more the result of simplistic caricature rather than this looks like the guy.
Got it. All right, is this room a dead end?
No. You can see that it ends at the far wall with a stairwell, and you can feel a cold draft moving up from the stairs.
Okay. So as I get to the stairs, I'm going to look around. Let's see here. Where is it? Where is it? God damn it. I had it here. Is there a spot on the ground that I could find like a 10-foot circle of space?
Yes. The space in between each kind of wall of prophecy is 15 feet.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Very spacious library.
Well, yeah, it has to fit giants.
Alrighty, so I'm going to pull out some rare chalks and inks. And I'm going to begin casting Teleportation Circle, drawing a circle on the ground.
Oh, this is too goofy.
Deep strike.
Telepose like to what?
A cloaked adventuring party.
Now, so this is a little bit off label. So on label, it's you draw a 10-foot circle and then you teleport to another circle. Can I just draw and power the circle so I can use it as a target for the helm of teleportation?
Yeah.
Great.
I would accept that.
All right, let me mark off a 5th level spell slot, a set of those components, because it's a 50 gold piece component cost, of which I have 4 teleportation circles in my pouch.
Oh, that is a good thing to carry with you.
Planning ahead. I also have 5 uses of Skywrite, 4 uses of Illusory Script. For when it comes time to mock people by writing in the sky, I am set. And then once
Perhaps you should give yourself a scroll of enhance ability.
it's on my
those
list.
checks.
It's on my list, all right? I've been busy scribing a higher level scroll, which I just finished on the way to the city.
Very nice.
And then immediately scribed it into my book. I now know scrying. Anyway, and then I'll use a charge of the helm with the associated object to teleport back to our cart.
All right. You teleport back to your cart.
Has the party arrived at the cart yet?
Yes.
Excellent.
I'm still down low. I was observation.
Yep, same
I
here.
can haul ass.
Yeah, I'm like, I just teleport back up there. I'm like, all right, guys, I'm back at the cart. I could use some healing though. I got a little banged up on the way in.
Well, that would be Father Varric, and he should be up there already.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm bloodied. Can you do something about that, please?
I mean, I suppose I could.
I built us a back door into the dungeon.
Oh, okay. Well, then I guess
We're gonna backdoor them.
you
on the,
earned it. Man. I'll give you a couple of. How many do I have? Let me make sure how many I have. I have a bandolier full of them, so I'll give you a couple of healing potions. How many do you need? I gave you 2.
Okay, I'm going to need like 6.
Take him off the cart.
Okay. Yeah, we take them off.
How many do we have in
Oh,
the
wow.
cart?
25.
All right, I'm going to take 2 and put it in my pocket. Then I'm going to drink 6 of them.
Okay, so subtract 8. All right.
Like I just like pound a whole 6-pack just straight down.
Yep. Do you want to take the other greater healing? So you got a new one of that?
Sure, if we have another to spare.
Yeah, there's one on the cart that's meant as a spare for replacing inventory.
Okay, and then 6 of those that would be. Excellent. I am fully healed. I only overhealed by 2, by the way.
Nice.
Gotta love it when that happens.
So my healing potion keg stand done. Is the party back up to me?
72 hit points. Gets hit for 71 hit points.
Yes. I have 72 maximum hit points. I was at full health. And absorb elements doesn't work on force damage. If it had been acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder, it would have been a lot better, but
But no, they shoot beams of pure fuck you, wizard.
yes. And then once the party's around me, I activate the helm, targeting that teleportation circle I left down there, and teleport us all into the dungeon.
All right. There's a pop. And then a pop with a slightly bigger pop because of the displacement of air. And you guys are now all in a rather kind of chilly room covered with sprawling prophetic tracts.
Yeah, I checked it out. They're like storybook giants, like ancient historical giants. Those doors down there, don't go through those doors. That way lies death, and I won't save you.
Okay.
Wait, which doors are you pointing at?
The ones I came through, the ones that are guarded by the 2 statues of fuck you.
Okay. Damn.
Pretty sure that I point to those that hallway with the cold air coming out. Pretty sure we got to go that way.
Hallway with the cold air, you said?
Well, it's the only way I found out of this room that doesn't lead to death. So, yes.
Might lead back outside. Maybe you found another entrance. Was it cold out when we came down here?
No, it's pretty warm.
Oh, okay. Then maybe this this leads to something something strange.
Or just further underground.
Or that.
Then shall we?
I'd say so.
Look, I already face tanked the first set of golems we got to. Somebody else's turn.
Yeah, I'm going out front. I'm invisible still.
How are you invisible?
Armor?
What?
My armor.
Right, but teleport requires creatures I can see.
Oh, gotcha. Then I wouldn't be.
So I don't know if you can do that again, but
I can
yeah.
just recast it, yeah. I have
Alright.
4 charges, so.
Don't
Okay.
worry, you can teleport me while I'm invisible. Fucking rest of the party leaves him outside.
Under, did you have
I
see
guess not.
invisibility on, or did that wear off?
Yeah, no, it lasts 1 hour. It only took 10
then you
minutes to
would've been able to
describe
see
this.
me.
Yeah, so it's no problem.
Oh, that's right. Jesus Christ.
He's invisible. and
Sorry,
you can see
yeah.
invisibility.
Nope. I mean, it's just a difference of a charge, so it's fine. But
It's
yeah,
just not
no.
something you think about when it's your friends.
Yeah, I was thinking more along the lines of making sure I was about to get ambushed by like invisible
Space spiders.
carrion crawlers.
Phase spiders would simply be too appropriate.
Why would I use phase spiders?
Well, phase
Underrated.
crabs.
Yeah, they'd be astral
Right, of course.
crabs.
Spider crabs.
Fucking
Anyway.
turn
I
around.
also have a solution for should that occur. But yeah.
But I'll go up front.
What?
He's our scout. He's invisible.
No, I mean I didn't hear what he said.
He said he'd go
But
out front.
I'll go out front.
Ah, okay.
Sorry, you sounded more incredulous than confused.
Ah,
Incredulous.
Fair
The word is incredulous that I was thinking of.
I like incredulous though. That's
yeah. Because what I heard Ruffle say was, "I'll go."
incredulous, the
What?
Roman who won't believe anything.
The DM incredulously looks upon the incredulous rogue incredulously.
No, please, incredulous was my father.
So there is a picture of Intervin's book of plans for contingencies.
That book is too big. I like it.
It casts a large reduce on it.
This print is too small, casted large on the book. Alrighty.
Actually, it's been reduced to be able to easier carry.
See, that's the portable edition.
Pocket
So you said
edition.
you're going first, Rourke? Creeping down the stairs? Alright, you start creeping down the stairs. Cold air running against you. It is rather chilly. You make it down. The stairwell ends with another pair of golden doors. This time, they are illuminated by flames.
Like the door's on fire, or their browsers or torches on the side.
Oh, you're right. I should have better explained it. Yes, like the door frame is on fire.
The doors have
okay.
been carved with these loving medieval illustrations.
You could say it's pretty lit.
No, you could say it's illuminated.
All right, well, we'll plug the string, get the party down here. Actually, I suppose with telepathic bonds, I'll just say, okay, come down.
Yep, we follow.
Coming on down.
Rurik, did you light the door on fire?
No, that's why I called you.
Oh, there's no need for me. The door's already on fire.
Well, there's no golems.
As I look around with sea invisibility, is that true? There's no invisible golems about to pounce on us?
Not that you can see. Or not that I can see, I should say. Because you can see invisibility.
Let's see. See invisibility is a divination spell, and if they have non-detect, that could make them immune to divination. No, you don't see them.
Great.
All right.
So, the door's on fire.
No, not the door. Just the door frame. Like there is fire coming off of the stone.
I see. How large is this fire?
It's not terribly big.
So,
It's
like a torch?
No, more like a good-sized campfire, but across the entire door frame.
Ah, okay.
Like enough that you can kind of see what it's burning, but it's burning stone.
All right. But it looks like you can open the doors without touching the fire.
Yeah.
So why don't we just open the doors? Like it's a really cool, neat effect. I'd like to check this door and see if there's any like weird runic stuff on it. Also, secrets and hidden things.
All right, give an investigation check. And suddenly he can roll really good again.
Right? It's because Loam's not involved. If this was his door, that would have been a double nat 1.
Yeah, you look over the door. Other than a couple of runes, all fire giant related, and the basic stuff you'd expect for arcane inscribements, nothing all that incredible about it. Just a neat effect.
Yeah, it's a decorative effect. We should just be able to walk right on through. Well, you might want to open the doors first, but yeah. Take a step back. Faradul, if you would be so kind.
Why, certainly. So, I'll go open.
All right, you pull the doors open. Beyond which is nothing.
I mean, okay, like nothing as in the Great Abyss, or
I
like
mean, there is nothing.
so the Great Abyss.
Yes.
Intervin.
What's up?
Are you sure these doors lead to somewhere?
Well, they probably go somewhere. It might not be the where we want to go to.
I'm seeing the Great Void.
I mean, I suppose that is anywhere.
Okay, you got me there. You got me there. But I open the door and I like move over enough to show him like that there's nothing there.
Urk will fire a crossbow bolt into the void to see if there's something on the other side it can hit.
Like, is this like a swirling, like starry void? Is it just utter blackness? What are we looking at here?
It is utter blackness.
Like the darkness spell.
Could be that. Could be something worse.
Less opaque darkness.
Is there a characteristic style of darkness that one would expect from that spell?
So the darkness spell, at least as I've always understood it, it's literally a spot of, and here's a black spot.
Imagine if you had the event horizon of a black hole with a hard edge and no gravity effects.
Right, a literal black void that absorbs all light.
Yes.
Right. This seems to have some depth to it almost.
Okay, well then I'll light either burn an arrow or have somebody cast a light cantrip on it.
When you say it has depth, is that just a feeling we get, or is that something we're able to perceive, as in, like, there's some kind of change in color, or how are we determining depth here?
He's saying it's not like the darkness spell where it's perfect darkness.
Okay, so
It's
the
like
light
it's like a
is-
dark fog.
the light doesn't abruptly cut off; it sort of fades and eventually vanishes into it.
Correct.
Right, like looking into a very cloudy black geode of some kind.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad comparison. Yeah, that's
Yep.
that's about right.
There's some fucking imagery for you, free of charge.
So when we lob something with a light cantrip into it, what happens?
Work crossbow bolt.
Yep. You send an illuminated crossbow bolt through, and it disappears quicker than expected.
Okay. Quicker than
What do
expected
I
based
hear?
on how fast we can see or how soon we can see the light vanishing into this space, or consistently.
Right. Like you think there'd be a point, like you know how there is a certain distance when you can no longer see the light coming off a candle.
Yeah.
It's like that effect, but given the size of a light that would be coming off the light cantrip, it disappears much sooner than you'd think.
Right. So this could, I mean, we
And
know it's not, but
before the arrow has finished its parabolic arc.
right. So we know it's not this, but based on what we're seeing, this could just be like a very dark, unilluminated space filled with thick fog of some kind. That's just swallowing up all the light. I'm not saying that's what it is, but I'm saying it kind of looks like that.
Okay, another question. Molotov. Pork chop, you're a good thrower, right?
I am a good thrower.
Let's throw this in there and see if producing light on the other end in a large source might have some influence.
Yep. I huck it straight and true into the dark void.
All right, you huck it straight and true. It
How long
goes
till I
in,
hear it break?
and you never hear it break, just it fading out.
Mm.
Or I should say, you just see it fade out, but you never hear it break.
Yeah, just a whistle through the air and then nothing.
Okay. Well then.
Anyone got a 10-foot pole?
Yeah, I got a couple.
Why don't you cast the light cantrip on a 10-foot pole, and then we'll tie a rope around your waist, and you can start probing the floor to make sure you don't step off into the abyss as you walk forward into the darkness, and we'll pull you back if something untoward looks like it's happening to you.
Okay.
All right. You start feeling your way in. You step in here with your glowing 10-foot pole, and you walk a bit, feeling your way through. You get 30 feet in. The rest of you can see him. Although as he's walking away, he's getting like further away. Like
Yeah, that's
much
what.
more rapidly than he should at 30 feet.
Oh, maybe this is an actual event horizon.
So fucky wucky distance stuff.
How
Health
much?
pack links
How
still
much
open?
rope have we paid out?
30 feet.
Oh man, think of all the weird, fucked up thought experiments we could play out here.
I mean, it could just be an optical illusion. All right, Rick, we've only paid out 30 feet, even though it looks kind of fucky. You good out there?
All right, I'll turn around and look back. What do I see?
You're barely through the door frame.
Huh. Well, funny thing, Intervin. From where I'm standing, you're right in front of me. I'm maybe 5 feet away. I turned around.
Yeah, well, we've paid out 30 feet of rope. Why don't you keep going?
All right, turn around and keep walking.
All
My
right.
blind man stick.
You feel your way around. Yeah, so Intervin, you guys have fed out about 60 feet of rope at this point. When you lose sight of him,
Rope is still taut?
yes.
Okay.
Was
So
it instantaneous or did it fade?
Like fade out.
Okay.
Okay.
So I didn't cross a threshold of some kind.
So
You have not crossed the threshold.
I'm curious, Gilbert. At any point when he was walking forward, did he seem to distort in our vision like a funhouse mirror in any way?
Give me an intelligence check. So the further he got in, as you're thinking to it, he began to distort more and more, with the most distortion being right before loss of sight.
Okay. And we're seeing the same thing with the rope because a hemp rope generally has a spiral to it. It's twisted.
Mm-hmm.
And so we'd be able to see if it's becoming elongated because that spiral would begin to straighten out.
Yep.
Okay, and they said they can't see me anymore, so with telepathic bond...
Mhm.
Another question. Telepathic bond is still working? That'll answer the dimensional question.
Let me double check what telepathic bond does.
Rarest telepathic bond, telepathic
Any
link,
distance,
eighth willing
not across
creature.
dimensions.
Yeah, until the spell ends, we can communicate telepathically. Communication is possible over any distance, but not to other planes of existence.
You still have contact.
Okay, so, yep. Just double checking to make sure we're not, dealing with dimensional shit.
I mean, if you look behind you, Rourke.
Yeah, I'm turning around now at 60 feet of paid out rope.
Yeah, you're 30 feet away. You can see the light from the light cantrip illuminating them.
Okay. So it seems to be parabolic.
Possibly. Why don't you go ahead and keep walking forward? Give it
Yeah,
another
we'll
30
get to
feet.
90 and go to 90 and turn around again. Because when I was 30, I was like right on the other side of the door, so 5 feet. So yeah, I'll turn around, keep blind man walking with my stick out to 90 feet.
Uh-huh.
And when they tell me I've paid out 90 feet of rope, I'll turn around and look again.
And they do so.
I mean, telepathic bond.
Yep.
So what do I see?
Well, your light cantrip no longer illuminates them, but you can still kind of see that they're there because the backlighting from the archway.
Okay. How far away are they?
Let's see, you first went 5, 15, 20. You said you wanted to go 90?
I was going until they had paid out 90 feet of rope from their perspective.
Okay, so that would be...
Can't test scientific theory if you don't maintain perspective.
No, I know. I wasn't writing down the numbers as you guys were traveling them, so now I'm like, wait, fuck, what was who at now?
30, 60, 90. And then it was 5:30 and question mark.
30, 60, 90? Are we doing trig now?
We might be doing
Seems
it
like.
in a second, but for now, no.
Not yet. But god damn it, Gilbert, making me do math.
Well, if I fucking adjusted this correctly, you should be at about 15. Wait, no, that's not right. No, you'd be at 30.
He was at 30 before.
Gilbert, when I was at 60 feet, was I supposed to be at 15? Okay.
Error on my part.
No worries.
So it is a linear track then.
Yeah, it's a constant distortion. All right. Why don't we pay out to 120 feet?
Yep. Go at 120. Double check it. Also, inquisitive question. I know pork chop can throw well, but I should have come across my flask of oil at some point.
Yep.
I didn't.
Yep.
Okay, I did not come across the flask of oil.
Correct.
Okay. Curious. But anyway, yep, 120.
Any change, or is it still just that linear scaling?
It's that linear scaling.
Okay.
Okay.
So
All the rope.
no. We have a fixed cord here, 120 feet long to where you are.
Mm.
You should turn and walk perpendicular to that mode of travel 30 feet, keeping a distance from us 120 feet. We'll keep the rope taut. You walk off at an angle.
Okay.
30 feet.
Yeah. So basically, I'll be making an arc, not a straight line.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. So we doing this with me perceiving the party or not perceiving the party? I don't know if perspectives come into play yet.
We can't perceive you, so
that's
you have to perceive us. So we're basically using you as the relative distance measure.
Okay. Then yeah, I will. I'll start going. What is it, anti-clockwise probably?
It doesn't matter. Just take your pick.
Gilbert, turning around, facing the party, pulling it taut, keeping it 120 feet from their perspective of paid out rope.
You're
And then I
basically-
will.
You're pulling a protractor.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
And I'm gonna go basically 30 feet, so 10 side steps.
All right. You do 10 side steps. Yeah, you can still see them in the doorway.
Has that distance to us changed from your perspective?
Nope.
So the focal point is the doorway then.
Potentially.
Hmm.
Or it's in the ceiling.
Oh,
Could be. It could be in a sphere rather than a circle.
Okay. Well, then I'll go back so I'm square with the door again, and start paying out rope.
When you were at that off angle, you know how there's that spiraling along the rope?
Mm.
Did the apparent distortion change in any way when he moved?
That's a good point.
Run that by me again.
So he's seeing like a visual distortion of where the farther he looks down the rope away from him, from Rurik, the spiral begins to lengthen out, correct? It stretches.
Yes, that would be what Intervin sees.
Right, I would see it from our side, but Rurik would also be seeing the reverse from his side, correct? Where it gets longer as it looks closer to us?
No, it'd be compressing. The spirals would be getting.
That's
tighter.
right, it'd be compressing from your perspective. Is that correct, Gilbert? Is that what he sees?
That is correct.
Okay. So, when he was straight from us, he had a rate of change of that compression of how many twists per inch. When he moved, did the curve there, like
Change.
as it goes along the rope, did those distortions at all change?
You mean as he changed position along the circumference?
And as he therefore dragged the rope potentially to a different chord along a sphere or a circle, and therefore potentially to a different parabola for the scaling. What I'm getting at is my character has a 21 intelligence. With the information of the scale of that, how that scale factor changes, and 3 known points in that sphere with the relative scales known between them, he should be able to figure out the center point of that distortion.
I see what you're going for. Okay. Yes. Give me an int check. Let's see how precise he's able to get that.
Should have asked if Loam would know.
I have a riddle for you. Would Loam know this? Fuck, rolls that one. All right. So, the point that this seems to be centered on is precisely centered in the middle of the doorway. Right in the middle of the threshold.
Okay. I relay that to Rorik to let him know that apparently it is centered on the doorway. There's no like orb in the middle of the room you can go smash to fix it. With seeing visibility up, so I can see invisible things also ethereal things. There's nothing floating there?
No.
All right. Well, I will.
Actually, you know, that's a good point. I forget you had that running. The ethereal end of this view is really, really dense. Like a solid wall, ethereally.
Okay. Could I do an identify ritual on that? Now that we kind of that super dense ethereal mass.
How would you touch it? You're on the prime material.
I was kind of hoping I could just hold my hand like in it, and that would count.
Nah.
Anyone know Blink?
You can't see Rourke, but he is opening and closing his eyes quickly.
Workshop is also opening and closing his eyes, but at the usual rate.
Well, I suppose there's the obvious, and I try just squirting water using my water jet. I hose down the burning threshold of the door.
All right. You hose the threshold. The fire does not go out, but it does dim.
Is there any effect on that rope with the distortion? Any change in the level or degree of distortion?
It goes slack for a second before tightening up as the flames brighten.
Okay. Well,
I gotcha.
I'm gonna come back.
Yeah, Rorik, why don't you get out of there? Because
You're about to break it.
possibly. And have you ever seen a body get squished between two squisher plates?
Yeah.
We're
You're
about to
break it. I don't want to be in there.
Right, because we're about to do that to you with gravity.
So yeah, I will follow the rope back, get outside of the threshold of the door, and let Intervin be Magic Man.
Okay. You come back through.
Okay, good.
Those of you who are outside, you know that kind of effect that you'll have where you record something in slow motion and then play it back at a higher speed to make it look all weird?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of.
That's Rurik walking up to you guys. Rurik, you're just walking normally.
It's like one of those sped up videos of Vladimir Putin walking down the hallway.
Yeah, sure, like that.
It's got Russian hard bass playing in the background.
All right, well, if water dimmed it but didn't take it out, I'll try doing a ray of frost on the fire. Cold, you know.
All right, the fire dims for a second but remains lit.
Like, does it look like it's just not getting cold enough? Or, like, I need to do more to it? Or.
You don't think this fire is going to go out that easy. Like, it's not able to go out.
How much water we got?
You literally have water jet.
Good point. I need a container.
Work pulls out a bucket and sets it on the ground. Actually, that's a question. If I'm invisible, I take an item out of my inventory. Does it become invisible item?
As soon as you're not holding it, I think. It's
Okay.
usually objects held or carried, right?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. So you'd have to let go
That-
of it.
When Intervin says he needs a container, a bucket appears in front of. Although he has the invisibility, so he can see me.
Right, but you guys all just hear me go, excellent. And I begin filling the bucket with water.
Okay.
I then.
Blast it. It fills with water.
Mhm.
You blast it again. It remains at the exact same level.
It's the Minecraft bucket. All right. Actually, that's great. So I can just keep pumping water into this thing and it stays the same volume.
I don't recall saying that.
Well, you said I blast water into it, it stays the same level, right?
Right. You sprayed water in. There's now water in the bucket. Then you sprayed it again, and the water level in the bucket remained exactly the same.
Which is
The water disappeared
what's the water level?
as it was filled up.
I don't know, full bucket? 2 gallons, we'll say?
Okay. The reason is because this is volume based, and the next spell I'm going to cast not weight or mass based. So if I could fill a fixed volume with more and more water, well, let's try it with this bucket first.
Okay.
As I cast shape water on the bucket and have it start crawling up the burning, because I can have it change its shape. I have it just kind of scale up along the burning door frame, but remaining there so as not to allow oxygen to get to the door frame, and thus fire cannot happen.
There is more door frame here than there is 2 gallons of water.
Right, but does it work? Does it suppress the fire for like the 3 feet that I can cover?
It does not.
It burns through the water.
Yep. Magical fire.
Right, that's what I was testing.
Also, as what was going on with your bucket and you putting water in it, you know how sometimes the dart teleports back into the trap? Well, you dispense a certain volume of water. So as you, for lack of a better word, urinate into the bucket, your bladder continues to refill with what was at the bottom of the bucket.
Right, yeah, okay.
Fountain effect.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if I was ever able to make a compressed bucket of water, there would be some very interesting things we could do with that.
And that is why I will never let you have a compressed bucket of water.
I just pull it like a piece of scrap parchment and just kind of wave it through the fire. Does the parchment burn?
I got a question.
No, the parchment does not burn.
What is the door frame around the burning door frame? Do you follow me? What is the burning door frame in?
What's the wall made out of?
Yeah. Yeah, what's the wall made out of, Gilbert?
Let's
Magical,
see
no
here.
touchy dust.
But it's wall.
The door here appears to be made of door.
Underdark, what's the hardest, least workable, toughest rock that you know of?
Off the top of my head, I would say topaz.
Eh,
Granite.
yeah,
Granite.
granite
It's
or
made out of
basalt
granite.
is kind of like your
Basalt.
go-to.
It's made out of basalt.
It's made out of bath salts. We can just get through that with water.
No, basalt, not bath salts.
How large is 5 cubic foot?
5 cubic feet.
5 cubic feet is 5 cubic.
It's 5 by 5 by 5.
When's 8
Okay,
a.m.?
then I make a 5 by 5 by 5 door in the wall with stone shape.
That's not 5 cubic feet, mister. That's 125 cubic feet.
Oh, well, okay, 5 foot
That's. I have a
opening
feeling that's what your question actually was.
that could have up to 2 hinges and a latch. So I make
Alright.
a door.
The spell slot is expended and fails.
Why? We're all magical?
Yeah, I said that earlier. The whole place is suffused with magic.
Oh, well, then if
Remember
I-
we're in
then
magical
I
Chernobyl?
wouldn't have done that then. All right, I wouldn't have done that. Never mind. I was
The
just gonna
spell
make it a
slot
door.
is expended.
Okay, fine. I'll lose the spell slot. No problem.
Wait. Also, what cleric has that spell?
Stone
He's
shape?
got
I think it is a
some
cleric
kind of
spell.
fucked up version of the character sheet that's giving him all kinds of spells he shouldn't have.
No, this is from the player's handbook. It is a piece.
Yeah, clerics get
Oh,
stone
yeah,
shape.
It is actually a cleric spell. Okay, never mind. I think I was thinking of either fabricate or
What was he using? Stone shape?
molder.
Yeah, stone shape is a cleric
Oh,
spell.
yeah, never mind.
Yep.
Always has been.
And I also
Yep, I
have
was thinking of a different one.
create water. So
Right, but we tested it, it didn't work, so don't create water. So the parchment doesn't burn when I wave it through the fire.
Correct.
Alright, I grab the door frame with my hand
Okay.
and do an identify ritual.
It's pleasantly warm. All right, so I had to look at identify. Alrighty. So, identify tells you that this is the threshold.
We keep all of our farming equipment.
And it tells you nothing more.
Threshold, not thresher hold.
Ah, my mistake.
The doors are hinged.
They are.
Are they hinged such that they open into the dark room or away from it?
They open into.
Can I try to pull on them and see if there's a secret double hinge that lets them open up the other way?
All right, you try pulling them. They don't open.
Okay.
Barely close.
So,
What about having somebody go inside and push them?
I'm kind of wary of losing line of sight or physical contact with a person inside there because you never found the objects that we launched in there.
Yep.
So
Yes,
if you
like,
become
we send
untethered, who knows what would happen?
Send Varric.
He is a holy man. Perhaps his act of faith will aid him.
I mean,
Well, true. He's a holy man who better descend in through the wormhole.
Varric will.
The Bajorans.
I was kidding, by the way. I'd volunteer myself, but
Damn Cardassian.
Honestly, it would make
do have
the
a good
most
point.
sense to send to me.
well, yeah.
I'm the most likely to be able to survive and return if it turns out to be a bad thing.
Worst case scenario, we spend the night in the area here, and then we can get out.
So we're all agreed I'm going to go in untethered and you're going to close the doors behind me.
Yep.
Okay. Gilbert?
Are you leaving anything with the party in case, the worst?
Okay, Gilbert, are you here?
Oh, I'm here.
How long will that teleportation circle I cast last? How long will it remain a valid target?
Let's see.
The spell isn't really clear on that. It's more of a DM discretion type thing. Usually adventurers aren't leaving these circles around.
I would say under optimal conditions, no longer than a day.
Okay. Given my high intelligence and arcana, in the conditions I cast it, how long will it last?
About a day.
Okay. So I tell them that if I can't return, and if we lose contact through the bond, I will meet you at the circle by the end of the day. Like that teleportation circle back in the library.
Yep.
And then I will turn to face this void and cast my other backup spell as a hamster ball appears around me. I cast Odaluk's Resilient Sphere
Okay.
and begin using the sphere to walk into the room.
You walk into the room.
Indeed.
Bounces
do you
off the door frame.
Have you brought a light source with you? Or...
I have dark vision.
Dark vision, okay. Yep, so you're standing here in your Odaluk's Resilient Sphere, the only light illuminating this kind of darkening zone, the light behind you.
Yep. Close the doors, guys. I'm through.
I shut the door.
The doors close on oiled hinges and shut. Intervene.
Yeah.
As the doors close, and you hear that final knock of metal on stone, the room is no longer dark. Inside, you see here around you that you are now in a well-lit chamber, lit by some stone braziers, depicting, well, not depicting, what the fuck am I on about? The area itself looks to be a rather large library. You can see a series of stone benches with old, musty pillows for sitting, tables for setting up books and scroll cases, tablet storage, all set up in a architectural style distinctly not giant.
Do I recognize the architectural style at all?
History check.
God damn it, it's Loam's library, isn't it?
Give you guidance.
You're not in there.
You
Also, it can't affect me with guidance through Odaluk Sphere.
you're not really familiar with the style,
Okay.
although a number of its elements are generally fairly familiar among a number of the more common humanoids.
Sure. Is there any obvious mechanism in the room to disable the masking thing?
No. There's also no door behind you.
Okay. I attempt to contact the party over the bond, saying, I'm going to probably be a while. Do they get the message?
They do not.
Okay. Well,
We also would have set up a preemptive communique. That I just realized. Sorry, that one of us would have tried to contact him after a few moments, so he would also have that information that we're not ignoring him.
no, I never figured you would ignore me.
Intervin, they're ignoring you. They haven't responded. You're all
No, you don't get it. Even if we hadn't made that thing, I wouldn't. It just wouldn't occur to me that the party would ignore me.
Oh yeah, true. Gotta love them flaws.
Right. So the door behind me is gone. Is there anything on the wall? Like a painting of a door or something?
Nope.
Okay. Is there any doors in here at all?
What about the ceiling?
Yes, there is a kind of a dark, cold iron door at the far end of the chamber.
Okay. I've got plenty of 4th level spell slots. I'll let the sphere dissipate. I'll just break my concentration on it, which means I can now see invisibility around me again. Anything invisible in the room?
Yes. You see the wispy shapes of humanoids on the ethereal plane, kind of lingering around the room,
Okay.
picking up, well, I should say, miming the collection of books off the shelves. In one corner, you can kind of see these phantasms playing a game of chess.
Are the pieces actually moving?
Phantasmal pieces are moving. The
okay.
actual chessboard is completely stagnant.
Okay. I'm going to do a comprehend languages ritual before moving further.
Okay.
Takes 10 minutes to cast. They would I'm not being stealthy at all. I'm very, very obvious.
All right.
Any problems with that?
Nope.
Do these specters react in any way?
They do not.
Excellent. I go up to the first stack and start perusing. What kind of information's on these is in here?
All right. Roll a D100. Alrighty. You find on this shelf a rather thick scroll called the Tale of Spar.
Tale as in story or tale as in critter?
Tale as in story.
Okay. I read it. Yeah, well, I open it and,
You open and start reading it.
Yes. It takes 1 minute to read a page of text with comprehend languages, if it's not in a language I know.
Alrighty.
I'll say that's impressively fast for a language that I do speak.
All right, you begin reading the scroll. It is a nearly exhaustive story of an, as far as you can tell, ancient hunter. You figure he's ancient given the fact that his weapon is a flint spear. The closest thing he has to armor is a few strips of leather and hide. But inside is a tale of this hunter traveling around the low-lying river lands that he lives in, battling assorted monsters, lizard
Dinosaurs.
folk, dinosaurs, giant magic wielding bats. Each time that he leaves his one of the recurring themes that you come across is each time he leaves his village, he's passing through a archway, in their case made of reeds, before going on his quest, slaying whatever creature or recovering some kind of important artifact, and then returning to his tribe. Each time, his tribe becoming more prosperous. The story ultimately ends uh, with him killing a rather sacred creature and the god smiting him.
Mm-hmm.
And then his village being destroyed by the monsters he had been keeping at bay.
Right. Okay. Let's go in the bag holding. Um. Let's see. How big is this library?
30 feet wide, 60 feet long.
Okay, and it looks to contain like several hundred scrolls at least.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna do a detect magic ritual and just kind of see if any of these scrolls ping as being especially magical, i.e., spell scrolls, or just affected by spells.
Yes, there is a spell scroll. Well, I should say there's a scroll that's pinging magically.
Okay, what's cool?
Divination.
Neat. I go and look at the scroll.
All right, you have the scroll in your hand. It's very nice gold leaf paper.
Ooh.
Fancy.
Yeah. Well, what's it a scroll of?
Foresight.
Heh. Well, that's going to the bag of holding. Just the one scroll that was magical in the library?
Yes.
Okay, I'd like to take probably 2 more scrolls from random sections of the library just to see, are they all tales? Like these legends?
Yes. Every single one as you go through is the story of somebody.
Okay.
We're talking from like commoners to kings and everything in between.
On this like random selection that I've picked, I skipped the ends of them all. How do they end? Like, are they all getting smitten by gods?
Not all of them. But a common thing that comes up as you're kind of perusing these is at some point they become a wee bit too hubristic and cross a line that they shouldn't and get smoked.
Okay.
It's not a majority, but there's a high percentage that end in a hubris-related smiting.
Right, yeah. Basically, every scroll I pick up, it goes in the bag of holding. I don't bother putting it back on the shelf. If I bothered to pick it up, it's coming with me. Scribe wizard, you know. While I'm doing that, have these spectral figures reacted at all?
The room's looking a little less populated.
Huh. Okay. Guess they went home. As I kind of look through, do any of these scrolls have maps on them?
The closest thing to a map that you find on any of these is the kind of pictograph where you'd have like there's a dude standing on top of 3 funnily drawn mountains and then goes to a river. Less map and more like graph theory interpretation of a map. A character went to several points. These are those points.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I think it's time that we engage the super looting mode and just loot this entire library down to its lintels. So I'll ritually cast an unseen servant, and I'll be using Mage Hand to just be grabbing all the scrolls I can as quickly as I can and just shoving them in my bag of holding as I go around.
All right. You begin looting every scroll, book,
every
and
scrap of
tablet.
information from this archaeological find, yes. Ooh, wait, there were tablets, not just scrolls?
There's a couple tablets.
Tablets are interesting. They're different than scrolls. You said these were pretty much all scrolls before, so. Are the tablets any different, or are they just stories?
They're also stories.
Okay, they go in the bag of holding, too. Everything goes in the bag of holding. We're Indiana Jonesing this shit.
If only Pete were here.
Oh no, I'm here.
I know you're here, but like
For what?
in the room.
Ah. Well, I'm not in the room.
Yep. Does anything happen to me while we loot this place down to bedrock?
You get a couple paper cuts.
Well, risks of the job, I suppose. Okay. Let's see here. That hour has passed, right? So I no longer have seen visibility?
Yeah.
All right. I pull out my other scroll, seeing visibility, and cast it again. Scribe wizards.
The room is empty.
The room's empty, right? So all the guys are... I just basically dispelled all of the specters by taking all of their stuff and putting it into an extra dimensional space.
Yep, there are no more phantasms.
Cool. You know, if we set this up in a library in our ship, we might end up with a ghost ship. That'd be cool. That's flying. Anyway, you said there was an iron door that leads out of here, right? Gilbert?
Yes, there is an iron door.
Okay. Before I leave, I would like to check the room for secrets and hidden things. I took all the obvious stuff, but you guys left the scribe wizard alone in the library. Sorry, but yeah.
Hey, I wish I were there with you.
Yeah,
My
these
character's
things
the
happen.
word.
Yeah. Instead, you guys are staring at a door. You've been
Man, that is
staring at a
one
door
nice
for a
door.
while now.
Do you think he's dead?
Don't know. Well, we know he's not dead. We have telepathy.
You can't contact him. You're getting no response. You're just staring at this door unless any of you wants to do literally anything.
Well, after probably about an hour, I just head back to the teleportation circle because that's where he said to meet up.
Ah, yes. Such good, obedient little henchmen. Always doing what your wizard tells you.
Well, Warwick's not really an adventurer. He's a bookwork boy. He's an accountant. He got good at adventuring along the way. He just wants to kill his brother, man.
That's no good.
Well, guess it's nap time.
All right. So, do I find anything secrets and hidden in the library?
Nope.
All right. I go to the iron door. Does it have any openings, or is it just like a solid plate of iron? Openings like a prison door, like where you can look through it and see outside.
No, like it's like a solid iron door.
I'd like to check it for traps.
You find no traps.
I open the door.
The door opens into a 20-foot hallway.
20 feet wide or 20 feet long?
20 feet long.
What's at the end? I have like 60 feet of dark vision.
At the end is an archway leading into a larger dome chamber. You can see inside a sand pit, like what you'd see usually warriors fighting into train. And 3 other archways, each at a cardinal direction in the room.
Okay. I walk up to that archway, but I don't walk through it just yet. Looking into this domed room. Is there anything or anybody inside there?
No.
Okay. I walk into the room.
All right, you walk into the room.
Is like you say, it's like a training thing, like with like a ring with sand in it. Is that all the way to the walls, or is there like a stone walkway around the outside perimeter?
Stone walkway around the outside perimeter.
Okay, I don't walk onto the sand just yet.
All right.
I just want to be clear about that.
Right.
Anything happen when I just step inside?
At the room? No. Actually, some braziers light up, but that's about it.
Oh, nice. Very fancy. Is the sand plain and smooth?
Yes. A white sand.
Is that unusual for this region?
Yes.
I use a mage hand to kind of just knock some out onto the walkway near me, like 5 feet away from me. Anything happen?
Yeah, it stays there a few seconds, and then you blink, and then it's gone.
Has the divot my hand left in the sand repaired itself when that happens?
Yes.
Fuck. All right. So I've got my magic quill, so I can just write without ink. Can I write on the stone, like in front of me from this archway? I'd like to write on the stone with an arrow pointing back to the archway I just came through, and just have the word library there. To encode it a bit, I'll write it in Terran.
Okay.
And I'll watch it for a moment to see if it stays on the stone.
It stays for a couple of seconds. You blink and it's gone.
God damn it. Okay. Well, I start following the path to the right, staying out of the sand. How big around is this room? Or how far across, I should say.
100-foot diameter.
Okay. Actually, I have a thought. I have a magnifying glass, which I use for my investigations. Can I get, like, on my hands and knees and look at the sand through the magnifying glass? Is this sand? Or is this something else?
Investigation check.
Turns
Yeah.
out it's nanites.
Well, there are two things that would be scarier than sand, and so I want to make sure it's neither of those first.
Very finely powdered bone.
Yeah, that was one of the two options. Mm-hmm.
What was the other one?
Powdered glass.
It's actually silica gel.
Oh god, we're all going to get cancer.
Mm.
But it takes
Hey,
portals real well.
You guys have been putting lead in your wine as a sweetener. Y'all getting lead poisoning eventually.
See, that's why I only drink straight rye liquor. Grain alcohol, that's what it is. Gotta
Oh,
preserve
yeah.
my precious bodily fluids.
The shitty peasant's beverage.
Alright, yeah, so I walk along the path to the right to... I'm going to declare that the south. And so, what would be to the east, then?
You're declaring that you have come from the south?
Yes.
All right. You're heading east. Yep, there's a corridor there ending in an iron door identical to the one that you used to get from the library.
Okay, I walk up to the iron door and open it.
You open it. Inside of this chamber, what you see is a long 80-foot chamber lined with cold iron sarcophagi, the surface of which is shaped into the visage of different people.
Any other doors in this room, or is this a one way in, one way out type deal?
One way in, one way out.
And we're closing the door and moving on.
You know, the rest of you can get on this if you want.
Are we with him again?
No. You're all staring at a fucking door.
Well,
It's
I thought
been
he. I thought he
Hour and
was.
a half.
I thought he was somewhere we couldn't go.
No, he went through the door and closed it. That's the last we've seen of him. So if you go through the door and close it, you'll be in the same area he's in.
But only if we close it.
That is what the
Yes.
DM is implying.
Hmm.
Right? Like, you guys could get bored and just be like, well, the wizard's probably dead. We should probably do something. But,
Well, I thought we sent him in there to scout.
that I'm doing, yes.
Yeah. Well, the real issue is, can he get back?
He can.
Oh, we can. Oh, yeah. Then what's stopping us?
Nothing.
Oh,
That's
well,
that's what Gilbert's saying.
The only thing stopping you guys is you.
The
And I
door is
suppose
in our
fear.
mind.
I'm not afraid. I'm just that so far there hasn't been a need for us to snoop the secret dungeon. So I don't mind. He knows what he's doing. He's big boy.
You know
I'm
what?
setting up camp in the library.
You know what? That's a fair point. Under how long until you'd go back?
That depends a lot on what I find. Like, you said that circle is going to be good for pretty much a 24-hour stint there, so that's the time limit ultimately.
well, while he's doing that, I would like to be spending my time perusing the library because that would be of interest to Porkchop.
Oh, the mythic tracks.
Yeah, or that.
Well,
Is that what
that's that library we were talking about when I first came
Yeah.
through those doors.
right?
Yeah, there's the ones of giant mythic tracks, and then there's the one that is beyond the doors that apparently only Interfin has the nuts to go.
Right,
to.
you're in the VeggieTales room.
Right. Well, if we're gonna, I was saying if we're gonna join Intermin in there, I would like to look at the library that he's seeing because that sounds a little more interesting.
Well, that
Okay.
one's pretty empty now.
Well,
Ooh.
all
what
you
do you-
have to
what do you mean
do
it's empty?
is cross the threshold into the unknown.
Follow behind. I'll go over
Hold on,
there.
what do you mean it's empty?
He looted it.
I'm
Oh.
going to check on
In
it.
that case, I'll just be looking at the tracks because that's all that's left.
Okay.
That's
You
different
hang out
area.
on this side of the
That's
door
two
and
different
head
rooms.
Back up the stairs and look at the tracks over in the same room that the teleportation circle is in.
If there's nothing left in that library for me to look at, then there's no reason for me to go there.
You wouldn't know that though.
I
Right.
wouldn't- Well, did he not say that over the the telepathy?
We don't
we
have
Never
can't,
had no contact with him.
Oh, that's right.
once those doors closed, I've been radio silent from your perspective.
Okay, well then I go in there, and I explore as he did, and I find the library, which is now devoid of books.
All right. You push open the doors, and you can see the dark chamber ahead of you. Do you step into the chamber?
Sure, he was fine, apparently.
All right. You step into the chamber.
Well, actually, I don't know that, so I'm taking a risk here.
It'll be fine. You gotta close the door.
Yeah,
You close the door. Is that a yes?
sounds like it.
All right. You shut the door. Appearing in a well-lit, empty scriptorium.
Empty scriptorium, you say?
Yes.
Okay.
You can see footprints on the carpeting.
Footprints on the carpeting. Where did they lead?
Indeed. It looks like they went to every bookshelf and then fucked off out the front door.
Ah, well, I fuck off out the front door because there's no books here.
All right. You fuck out the front door.
That's not what I said, but I can do that too.
You know what I mean. Oh my god, look at that. It's Intervin.
Intervin, come here. We
Is
need to
it?
fuck out the front door. I can't do it myself.
I probe him with my mind. Is this actually pork chop or an illusion?
This is pork chop. You're getting the mental ping.
This is pork chop, not
I
Skein.
I don't know what you intend with that door, but I want no part of it.
Just an impulse that struck me, that's all.
Yes. Coffin's that way. I was gonna, as I point to north.
I'm sorry, the what's that way?
Coffins.
Coffins.
Metal coffins.
Did you have a look at them?
Sarcophagi.
Yes, that's how I know they're metal coffins. And then I decided that I would rather explore other parts of the dungeon first.
Okay, well, while you're doing that, Porkchop is going to have a look at the coffins, and he is going to do everything except open them.
Yeah, be my guest as I go to the north one. We've now split the party 3 ways.
Don't you know? You
Technically
never split
4
the
ways.
party.
Well, what I imagine we're doing is we're spending a time budget all investigating different things.
Really making us a pain in my dick, guys. All right.
You're the one who put the weird room in front of us.
Not my fault. You're all a bunch of fucking cowards.
What are you talking about?
Well, he didn't come back. Anything could have happened to him in there. I only went
but
in
I'd
there
like to
because you bothered me
clarify.
to do it. You could have
I'm
been
not a
dead for all I
coward.
knew.
We
Father
had a
Merrick
set
keeping an eye on
agenda
your
and plan system worked out. You're the one that keeps insisting that we go there.
Yeah, because it makes it easier. And that way people can do shit rather than sit in silence while I
Oh, well,
play
if you
with
didn't want it
only
to work
under.
that way, you shouldn't have put that in there.
I have no problem sitting in silence if Interven's exploring.
Yeah,
He'd be the one exploring anyway.
Alrighty. So, pork chop. You walk into the sarcophagus room.
correct.
Okay. Looking around the sarcophagi?
Yep.
Alright. Yep. There are 12 in total, each one depicting different figures of a variety of races and sexes. All humanoid,
Hmm.
predominantly human, dwarf, Goliath, halflings, elves, gnomes, that type of deal. Some are armed and armored like warriors, others in the robes of spellcasters. As you kind of walk towards the end, you can see that the far end of the chamber is a semicircular, well, a full circular dais set to a backing of a semicircular bone. Like, this is evidently one massive slab of bone. You can see on its surface very finely carved runes.
Do they read the bone zone?
Do you approach the dais, or pork chop?
Yeah, I approached the dais.
All right, you step up onto the dais so you can get a better look at the wording.
Hmm. What language is it in?
Common.
Oh, right.
It reads, "The trial of might and the trial of magic."
I see. If I were some sort of hero of might and magic, I might be able to pass those. In fact, Porkchop is somewhat mighty and a little bit magical. But anyway, I did come in here to look at the sarcophagi. Do they have any like text or markings on them or anything? Or
Other than the depictions of presumably their occupants, no.
ah, I'm sorry if you already described the occupants. What do they look like again?
Well, some of the sarcophagi are depicting warriors,
Right.
others mages and clerics.
Ah, light and magic.
Yes.
Do any of them have like distinguishing features? Do they match up with any historical figures I might know of? Or perhaps if they're wearing like clothing that identifies them culturally or historically in some way.
Well, as you look them over, the numbers of cultures and even ages being represented on this, the answer to that is effectively yes. You are seeing clothing and armor depicted on these sarcophagi, which are far, far removed from the lands of Akedur.
Both temporally and geographically.
Yep.
So it appears that people of all ages and places have been here somehow, and presumably been entombed in these strange metal sarcophagi. Well, that's what I'm able to figure out. What's everyone else doing?
They're waiting around doing nothing.
I'll give her like 20 minutes, and then me and the champion are like, to hell with it, we'll go in too.
There we go. You guys shut the door behind you. You're in a library.
At that point, it reaches critical mass, and I'll follow.
Yeah, me too.
You're already here. Or
right.
there.
All right, so that leaves Rurik and Father Varric outside.
Father Varric is with the children. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they'd probably want to join once they see everybody go through.
Yeah.
But they're children. Father Varric will not let them go through.
They cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter on you and go through anyway.
You find it hilarious.
I'm just kidding. But they will just slip about and go through.
Yeah. All right, the kids go through, leaving Varric and Rurik.
Remember, I'm not there.
Uh-huh. You hear the door
kids
close.
go through. I suppose I'll go through. Fuck.
All right, now everybody else walks through.
I'm setting up camp.
Are you humming on the harmonica?
No, he plays the dice as a musical instrument.
All right, yeah. All of you begin piling into a library, which has been looted. Oh, look at that. Footprints. I got right at the front door. You guys walk out the front door. Oh, look at that. Party members walking around the central chamber, which I've described like twice now. And I'm doing the third time.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Pork chop! Doppelgangers! Nah, I'm just
What
kidding.
makes them think we wouldn't be here?
Well, it's time to start walking aimlessly, just seeing what's all around.
All right. Well, there's a corridor to the east, a corridor to the north, and a corridor to the west, all centered around a giant sand training pit. What are you doing? Where are you going?
Me and the champion are gonna go west.
Gonna go west?
West.
Okay. You
I was going
west.
north.
Thunder's north. Pork chops east.
Yep.
All right, well, you thought we were going to make this...
Gilbert. All right.
I will go every which way.
Well, seeing as how everyone's split up, I will choose a random direction with no party members and walk that way.
Too late. There are already party members in each three directions.
He could have played in the sandbox.
Yeah, you've run out of unique directions.
All right.
Yeah, let's trade in the sand pit.
Hold on. Okay. Who's going west and who's playing in the sand pit?
Me
No,
and
who's
the
going
champion
north?
are going
That's going
west.
west.
It'd be so much easier if you just had one party member wandering around in here, Gilbert.
But hey, this is what you wanted.
Yes, it is. Very much is. I prefer this. Okay, the children. Do the children cross the sand pit?
Make sure to look both ways.
Damn. All right, all right. Pork chops east. Underdark and the Intervin and the children are north. Rurik's setting up camp and playing with himself with like dice. Varric is also back there.
Yeah, Varric will probably follow the children.
Oh, you're going into the mysterious door that no one else has returned from?
Yeah, I've already been in there. Yeah, I was just following the children.
Okay, so you're heading with the children up north to be by Intervin?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the priest is stalking the children.
All right. And then Faradul and the champion are headed west. That leaves Fea. Fea, what are you doing?
Well, I mean, you described a training pit, so I'll go train.
Okay. Right. Alrighty. So, we'll start with Faradul and the champion. Faradul and the champion. You guys head through the corridor to the west.
Indeed.
You enter a wait. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Underdark was queued up first. Underdark.
I've been teased and let down.
Yes, I'm a cock tease. Haha. Fuck you. Um. You step into a well-lit chamber, inside of which is a large golden statue. Fire burning in its mouth and its eyes, and its corpulent belly has a hole in it, in which you see a burning green flame.
Anything else in the room?
Yes. Around the edges of the room, you can see bodies. Dead bodies.
Like fresh ones?
Yes.
Oh dear.
They are dressed like several of the ninja that you fought in the past.
Uh-huh.
And then over to the west, Faradul.
Oh, we're back over here. Cool.
Yes. You step into a large circular chamber with a pool of water in the middle and
All right.
a woven piece of multicolored fabric kind of suspended, taut above its surface. The dome that surrounds this chamber is absolutely thick with pictograms. Well, I shouldn't say pictograms. Absolutely thick with bas relief. The entire dome is a bas relief depiction. At the far end of which that you can see is a large circular disc with a series of other smaller discs kind of placed haphazardly around it. The center of which depicts a vague humanoid shape with its arms kind of spread open as if welcoming you.
Timba, his arms wide.
Yes, kind of like that.
All right. Well, is the pool just like in the middle, and there's like stones around it all, so I can go over without going through the water?
Yeah, you'd have to like cross around the edge.
Okay, yeah. So I'll go around and I'll check out the man with his arms wide, trying to greet me, like he's
Okay.
talking to me in memes.
All right, you head over to do that. roughly concurrently, Fea steps into the central training area.
Yep, just got a new weapon. Got to break it in. How does blunt damage work? I've only used slashing.
Bludgeoning.
Yeah, that. Yeah.
It's like other types of damage, but more direct and to the point.
All right. I don't know. I feel like that'd be piercing damage, wouldn't it, Pete? If it's so to the point.
No, that's you'd think so based on the name, but it's all about being blunt.
Thanks for giving me that tip.
Uh,
All right. You step onto the training mat. Roll a d100. All right. The sand begins to quake, and pulling itself out of the dust opposite you in the circle is a cold iron sarcophagus, which opens up, inside of which you can see, stepping out, a warrior in dark, almost black armor, trimmed in silver and acid etched in fine detail, layer upon layer of script. This warrior levels the tip of his sword with you and makes a slight bow. Roll Nish as the gongs sound. The rest of you can hear that.
So I'm guessing we're all
I,
rolling a dish.
return the bow.
I would, except it's gotten a little late for me here, so I think I'm going to call it.
All right.
Well, I'll go tomorrow.
Faradul, you hear gongs sound in the room behind you.
Gongs? Why are there gongs? And then just meanderly just turn around and head back towards where the gongs came from.
Okay.
No rushing at all.
Isha?
Isha sees the warrior walk out of the sarcophagus.
Yeah, she probably has an angle on that.
Range?
90 feet.
She'll move forward 30 feet and throw a ray of frost at him.
All right. You see the frost impact a faintly shimmering barrier of magical energy.
Oh, well, I guess you're on your own then. That's it.
Fea.
Don't worry, guys. I got this. It's just training. I then rage, rushed at him, and smack.
Okay.
So I hope those hit, presumably.
Each one of those strikes does hit their target. That your damage?
Yes.
All right. The target takes it in full and responds with a counterattack of their own. Does a 26 hit you?
Yes.
The fuck's going on with my keys? Sorry about that. Apparently my shift key was half popped out, so I kept trying to do, shift 1 for exclamation point, and it just wasn't good. All right, there we go. And this dude's gonna smite you.
That's rude.
$28 points of magical slashing and radiant damage. The slashing has ignored your resistance to slashing.
That is hecka rude. Let's just endure that. If that works. Reduce it by 11.
All right. Amtar.
Well, seeing that the shield resisted the ray of frost.
Wait.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, Amtar. Continue.
Okay. He's going to throw a sling at it. Well, throw a bullet with a sling.
All right. The sling bullet hits the field, loses its momentum, and drops inside its perimeter on the sand.
Well, that's it.
But the bullet did make it through the perimeter.
Uh-huh. Yeah, Amtar's not dumb enough to charge into melee with that guy.
Champion?
Well, he's not going to stay in that room alone, so he's just going to follow me to the back to the main central pit area, slowly walking.
All right. Intervene.
So physical stuff can pass through. It's just pure magical things that don't. Which is a problem for me. How far from me is he? The enemy.
90 feet.
Alright, I'll get 30 feet closer. It's not on the sand, is it? 60 feet away from him?
60 feet away is not on the sand.
Excellent.
He's at the edge of the sand himself.
And then rather than use a beam or a targeted thing, I'll just cast Mind Sliver on him.
Okay.
If the spell can just act like if I can target him with the spell, he just has to make an int save.
The spell fails to penetrate the field.
Okay. Yeah, that's my action. I'm done.
All right. Varric.
Can I shoot a crossbow bolt through the field?
You've seen that physical objects
Then that's
can go through the field, but completely lose their momentum.
Well, if it don't hit them, that's all I got.
All right. This guy's turn.
You could step into the ring.
I could, but I'm not.
All right. This warrior is going to bash you with the shield. Fea, give me a strength save. All right, that passes. You are knocked. You are not knocked prone. The warrior is then going to pivot around you and take a couple swings at you. Do those hit?
You could roll a 2 and hit me.
Good to know. All right. So these attacks, the slashing is not bypassing your resistance. So 25 and 22 slashing and radiant.
So 12 slashing, 13 radiant, and then 10 and 12.
Yes. That's all this guy can do. Faradul.
How long are these corridors?
20 feet.
Oh, all right. So I watched the fight. Hey, you say you got this, right? Asking Thea, obviously.
Don't know. He's hitting me pretty hard,
Well,
and he's smiting like a cheater.
well, yeah, good luck. That's my turn.
Isha.
Pulls out a bag of pistachios, offers some Domtar.
All right.
Pistachios.
Okay, so by the sounds of it, are Faradul, the champion, and the apprentice sitting this out?
Yeah, for the moment.
All right.
The apprentice are, yeah.
Fea.
All right. Giants might and hit him.
You're doing what and hitting him?
Get big. Does a 15 hit?
No.
Well, I'm gonna lucky that one. We'll get to the one in a bit. All right, lucky the one. All
Hit.
right. Gonna add a few things. So I'm gonna add the fire rune and trip attack. So 2 strength saving throws.
All right. So in order, fire rune and trip attack.
Yeah. I should have done that one at a time. Because, yeah, he could roll a 2 and pass.
You did roll high on the encounter options.
Sorry, what?
I said you did roll high on the encounter options.
Oh. Reroll the 2.
All right, I'm gonna go to bed, guys. You have a good night.
Yep,
Have a
have a
good
good
night.
one.
Have a good night.
19 bludgeoning.
Yeah. So, what kind of weapon does this guy have?
Longsword.
All right. I am going to action surge and attempt to disarm him. That's just a regular attack, right?
You're not using. Hold on.
Or is that an athletics check?
Yeah, hold on. I'm checking. Okay, action disarm. Boop 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 boo. The attacker makes an attack roll contested by the target's strength, athletics check, or dexterity acrobatics check.
You know
If the
what? From what
attacker-
from what I've seen, I don't think he's gonna roll. He's gonna have a plus 15. I can't disarm this guy. Just regular attacks. His strength is just way too high. All right. I take it both those miss.
They both miss, yeah. Anything else?
You said he was by the edge?
He was. He then rotated around you.
Ah,
So now you're between him and the edge.
but the
Thinking
edge
you're
is
going to
more.
go for a ring out?
Hey, EB. I'll end my turn at the moment, though.
All right. Amtar and Champion are both abstaining.
Indeed.
Alrighty. Intervene.
How far to the edge of the circle?
From you?
Yes.
20-foot hallway.
I was already 60 feet from him before because I had to get that close to try the cantrip.
Yeah, so the actual edge of the ring is 60 feet from your position. He would now be 65 feet. He rotated around Faya.
So the closest edge of the ring from me is 60 feet away from me,
Yes.
and he is 65 feet away from me.
Yes.
And
Wait,
I was
no,
walking along a
no,
narrow
that's-
hallway
yeah, that's
around
yeah, I
the
just
edge.
realized- yeah, I just realized the fuckness of my math. He would be 70 feet away because there's him.
I don't get it. These are 20-foot long hallways. There was a 10-foot wide walkway around the edge.
Because you're back in the chamber itself.
Which
You went-
chamber are you talking about?
The northern chamber that you were in.
I never entered that. All I did
Oh.
was open the door.
My apologies. I thought you had entered the chamber.
Fuck
itself.
no.
Mistake on my part.
Yeah, I just opened the door and looked in like I did with the sarcophagi room.
So yeah, in that case, you would not be the 60 feet. It would just be the, let's see, 20-foot hallway, 10-foot edge, and then he's, 10 feet? He'd be 15 feet. So 20, 30, 35, 40, 45 feet away.
Okay, so he's 45 feet from me. The edge of the circle is 30 feet from me.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to walk up to the edge of the circle.
Uh-huh.
And well, shit, there really isn't much I can do because I'm not going to sacrifice my way out to jump in there with a dash action. That's for fucking sure. How's Faya looking?
Injured, but not quite bloodied.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that's all I can do this turn.
All right. Varric.
So Faya is injured, but not really bad.
I'd say about an 82 out of 135.
Okay. Can I? I don't want to go in that room and make myself a target. How far is it to him from that through that portal door thingy? Is it like a wall of force, or how big is that?
How big is the area?
How far is it from me to Faya?
45 feet? 40 feet.
40 feet? Is it between the how far is that whatever that little wall is between the forest wall?
35 feet.
Okay, so I can pass through that wall. I'm gonna go up to the wall and see if I can pass through it first.
All right, you walk up to the wall. As you kind of put your hand through, you feel a little extra pull as you're pulled into the arena.
Okay. So I go through the door.
Yes, you've passed through the field.
All right. So I am going to heal Faya. Actually, I'm just gonna walk up to Faya and no, yeah, no, I'm gonna heal. Yeah, I'm gonna walk up and dump a no, I don't want to use a healing. I'm gonna go up and heal him. for 7 points, and then I'm gonna back away. Can I back up through the door again through the portal, or is it one way?
You cannot back out now that you're in.
Is there a place to hide?
No.
I'm gonna get low then in one of the corners.
There's no corners, it's a circle.
Motherfucker, then I'm just gonna stand there and look like a doofus.
Alright, are you still getting down low?
No, I'm gonna move away. I'm gonna try to get back to the door. The thing I can't pass through. I'm gonna back up to that. And that's
Your back is right to it. You
And that's-
literally stepped in, healed Fea, and your back is still to it.
okay. And that's it. That's it. I'm done.
Alright. This guy. Well, sensing a new opponent, Fea, he's going to pivot around you and take, let's see. You know what? We'll go with the bash. Father Varric, strength save. As the warrior pivots around Fea and slams you with the shield. You doing anything with that, Varric?
Like what?
I don't know. Do you feel confident in your role?
No, but I had
Alright.
to keep him alive, so no.
That passes. You're not knocked prone. And this warrior is going to take 2 slashes at you with the sword.
Both hit.
Alrighty. Fea.
What?
You paying attention?
Thought you were hitting me.
I know. I just wasn't certain if Fea is doing anything with that.
How squishy is Father Varric?
What?
How squishy are you? Like, can you
Man,
take a
he's not
hit?
that squishy. He's not that squishy.
All right. Well, divide the damage. So I won't take anything this time, but like maybe next time.
Alright, this guy's going to do some smiting.
Assuming the first hit doesn't knock him down bloody.
Alright, Father Varric, that's 37 points of slashing and radiant.
Okay.
And then the second hit comes in. 23 points of slashing and radiant.
Okay.
And you know what? This guy's going to back up away from you, Father Varric, provoking attack of opportunity.
But he's still next to me.
Yep.
Nobody can hit this thing.
My God. His armor class
He
isn't
has
that
a
high.
plus 13, dude. I'm done. I'm done. I can't do anything. I'm done.
All right. This guy. That was this guy. Faradul, Isha, you guys doing anything?
Isha is not.
You guys all right in there?
No, I went to help.
We're
and got
getting
killed.
whooped.
What was that, fam?
We're getting whooped. Like it's very clear. We've
Who?
hit like
Well, you're the one who wanted to go fight training day, so I'm making sure.
I mean, no one said that it would summon a monster like this.
All right, I'll Faradul will go in. He'll rage and charge at the warrior.
All right, that's 40, 30, 30 feet from your position to the inside of the arena. And then 20 feet to get to him. Because you're coming from the west.
Right. So you'll be able to get into the bubble, but won't be able to attack.
Sounds about right.
But that's his turn.
All right. Next up, Fea.
Oh, actually, no, wait, hold on. I take that back because I can attack. I can throw the hammer. Let's see. I'm going to expend one charge and make a ranged weapon attack. Does that hit?
Yes.
Excellent. All right. So, it when it hits, it unleashes a thunderclap audible out to 300 feet. And then every creature within 30 feet of it must succeed on a DC 17 Constitution saving throw.
Sorry, run that by me one more time.
So the hammer hits the creature, right? And then it unleashes a thunderclap audible out to 300 feet. The target and every creature within 30 feet of it must succeed on a DC 17 Constitution saving throw or be stunned until the end of my turn. Next turn.
Okay, Constitution saving throw.
So Faradul makes his save, so he's not stunned. And regardless, the creature will take 19 points of magical hammer damage.
All right.
I am neither lucky nor indomitable.
All right. And Faradul, did you run up right up to this guy and do that?
No. Because I moved 40 feet, and I was 30 feet away.
Okay. Did a 17 pass?
17's the threshold.
Okay. Alrighty. Fea.
You didn't mark the damage you did take from the hammer, right?
Yep, I marked it.
Excellent.
I'd like to try and grapple him and then knock him prone.
Okay.
And I am bigger than him, right?
Yes. Yep. You're able to grapple him.
And I gotta do it again and knock him prone.
Yeah. Indeed, yeah. You grab this knight and slam him into the ground.
Well, this should make melee easier.
Anything else?
That's about it. No.
All right. Amtar champion.
No.
Champion staying out.
Intervene.
Well, after seeing that they can't get back out, that's nuts to that. I'm not going in.
Okay.
I take some
Varric.
of Isha's pistachios.
Gotcha. Varric.
I'm going to heal myself. Actually, I'm going to use a healer's kit on myself. Patch myself up. Is there any way I can get out of range of this guy?
Well, he's been taken out of melee with you, so yeah. You running away?
Yeah. I'm running away.
Just where you running to?
Somewhere that's safe.
You're in a giant sand pit. That's
Far
in a
away
bubble
from
of
them
magic.
monsters I can get.
Okay.
Hey, I want to try something. Can I? Oh, no, I used action already. Wait, no, let me look. Can I Misty Step through the portal? Or no? Or through the back to where the party is or not? Intervene is or no? Or will it not work if I try it?
What are you trying to do?
Misty Step back across out of the fucking thing?
Well, you can certainly try. Is that what you're doing?
Yes.
All right. You expend the spell slot and teleport close to him inside the field.
Yeah, I kind of figured. It's a good thing I didn't waste the spell slot.
You did.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes,
Yes,
you
you
did.
did.
I can teleport at will. Once per long rest.
You did. You said Misty Step.
Yeah, Misty Step. It's a
Okay, so you've used the feature at least.
no. I used Fate Touch. Yeah, I used
Right, you've used the feature.
Yeah.
All right. This guy. Well, he's going to Misty Step up to you. Fea, do you have Mage Slayer?
No. Second root.
All right. Yeah, this guy Misty steps out of your grasp over to Father Varric and goes for 2
Really?
slashes.
Why? Okay.
$27.20.
2 hits. I'm unconscious. It doesn't matter what your damage is.
I'll even if I take one of the hits away.
It
What?
depends. It depends. Let's see what his damage is.
Well, the first hit knocks him out. I'll take the second hit.
If the first hit knocks me out, let's see what the damage is.
15
No,
slashing
I
and
survived
radiant.
the first one. I survived. So I had to you. So you knocked the other
Okay.
one.
I still take the second.
You're directing it to yourself?
Yeah. Because now I can direct it to him.
21 slashing and radiant. That's stuff you're able to resist. The slashing from this attack. It's just that counter attack that ignores. Faradul.
All right. I go pick up my hammer. Father Varric had to move out of the way. That's gonna be it.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Fea.
Well, I guess I'll just run up and attack him.
Three hits. 2 hits, I mean. The fucking 3 hits.
I'll take a
2
third
hits.
hit.
This warrior is bloodied.
Oh, finally.
And he makes a counterattack with you.
Of course he does. I mean, yeah.
Can put one of his bigger numbers on that.
No.
43 points of slashing and radiant. This one ignoring the resistance. Granted, that's only like 3 more damage.
Well, now I'm bloodied, and as such, I use second wind. God, 2. Well, that's it. Wait, no, I used my bonus action. Never mind. That's it.
All right. Let's see, that's the Amtar champion both skipping.
Yeah.
Interven.
No.
All right, Varric.
Varric is just gonna walk up to the big monster and slap him in the face.
Bold.
Well, he seems to be singling me out anyway, so I'll just walk up, make it easy for him.
Yeah, it's like you're the fucking cleric, dude.
I know, right?
Step 1, when outnumbered, kill their spellcasters first. Are you making an attack roll? That misses.
I'm done.
This guy. Gonna go for 2 slashes on Fea.
Yeah.
"20 slashing radiant." And 16 slashing radiant. That'll be his turn. Faradul.
Ow.
Well, now I go up to him now with hammer back in hand and go try to hit him. Three hits.
2 hits.
Damn.
Armor class 22.
37 magical hammer damage.
Oof. Yeah, that hurts. He'll make his attack against you.
Mm-hmm. That hits.
"36 points of slashing and radiant, ignoring resistance."
Roger.
How many smites does this guy have?
Yeah. That is the
All
question.
of them?
Not quite. Actually, as are fucking burning through them. Thea?
Gasping for breath. I just keep wailing on him. Reroll the 1. One's in. Reroll the 1.
He is getting pretty banged up.
Just die.
Intervin?
Nope.
Varric?
Give me a wisdom save.
Wisdom?
Yes, wisdom. He's a plus 13 on that too? Good God.
Paladins, man.
Yeah, I said wisdom, not charisma.
Yeah.
Paladins aren't wisdom based.
Uh-huh. They have proficiency.
Okay, I'm done. I'm done.
Well, what the heck did
Yeah.
you try to do?
If he would have failed, I was going to turn him into a chicken.
This guy's going to cast a spell. Any one of you three have Mage Slayer?
Sadly, no.
All right. Well then. Deck saves from all three of you as arcs of lightning burst from his hands, hitting Fea and then looping around to the other two.
Why couldn't I roll that on hack? Oh wait, no, that wasn't me. That's it.
All right. Faradul, pass. Fea, you doing anything with that?
Indom number.
Okay. Roll.
Oh well.
All right.
Yeah.
So Faradul pass. Fea fails. Father Varric passes. Pass for half. 43 points of lightning damage as you're struck by chain lightning.
I'm unconscious.
Ow.
I am also down.
Ah, balls. I'm bloodied.
All right. Faradul.
Well, I'm going to hit him with the hammer because that really hurt.
Two hits.
$42 magical hammer damage.
This paladin is barely standing. And he takes a swing at you.
Oh, boy. Yep, that hits.
$27 points of slashing and radiant, ignoring resistance.
Yep, that's starting to hurt.
Fea?
And by starting, I mean really hurting.
I try not to die. I am not very good at it.
All right. Varric. That's a pass. This guy. And he'll go for one more cast of chain lightning. Wait, nope. Wait. Does he have the spell slot for that? Yep, he still has the spell slot for that. And a bolt of chain lightning. Dex save from Faradul.
Oh, please roll high. Fuck.
Any of the other party be there to get hit as well?
49 points of lightning damage.
I'm
Faradol?
down.
All right. And as all three of you hit the sand begins to swirl. The knight disappears, and the sarcophagus disappears into it. And each one of you stabilize.
I'm very glad that this had training protection features.
I don't like the fact that we got Ex Machina, but you know.
Varric, you'll be up in 4 hours. Faradul in 3. Thea in 1. Nothing Ex Machina about that.
Where's the rest of
Magic.
the party? They're just standing there watching us lay there and bleed?
Well, then we're not bleeding anymore.
Well, once you're out of the ring, I can go around and give you some healing potions that you guys have. I'll take off of each of your belts 1 healing potion and deliver it to your mouths. So each of you should roll your healing potion, 2d4 plus 2. And let this be a lesson to you.
So, wait. That's so stupid.
What?
I didn't jump in because there was at least one of us that would stay awake to do this part.
I mean, not that it would matter, but, that's also why the champion didn't go in.
The champion went in. We fight him. What?
Yeah. It's also the fact that, he was teleporting all around in there, and without the ability to get out, I'd be kind of fucked.
Well, he wasn't going for you.
No, because I was outside the ring, but the minute I stepped inside that ring, I saw what he did to you, Father Varric. He'd come after me like white on rice.
Guess what? He didn't have many hit points left, guys, and you burned up almost all of his
I
first
don't know why the rest
through
of the
5th
party
level
didn't
spell
come and help.
slots.
I still don't know that. I still don't
It's
understand why
training.
I wasn't training. I went in there to keep him from dying. I didn't know it was going to be an Ex Machina that the world would reset and give us a chance to. I thought he was.
What do you
actually
think the
gonna die.
magic dome was for, dude?
I didn't know any of that.
That's because you weren't paying attention to me when I said it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's true, but still.
The magic dome kept people from outside from interfering unless they entered the squared circle to get, their ass beaten.
That was also like one of the most difficult combat encounters.
See, if I didn't know it didn't matter, I wouldn't have went in there.
And
Well,
that's
I
like
think
us
we've-
asking, like,
I
"Hey,
think
you
we've
guys
all
got
learned
it?"
something.
What under?
I said, well, I think we've all learned something from this.
That if you want the cool loot at the end of the encounter, you have to finish the encounter?
Yes.
Yes. But
Also,
I think
chain lightning is bullshit, and that whatever that smiting ability was really sucks.
Alrighty. I think we'll call the session there with you guys picking yourselves
That was
up
one
off
of
the dirt.
Gilbert's paladins, is what that was. We just fought.
Oh, that wasn't one of mine. That was Gilbert.